What's good, runaways? Woo! Whew. It's been a happy new year. Woo! Welcome to 2025. We are back with another one. Yes, the whole team is here. We pulling up. Special guest, I guess what he done with over there. Septic sauce, he'll be over here. But listen, man, happy new year from little and meaty ass. Right? Leg of Zeus. You already know how we doing on this. Standing on business. So listen, man, we got some topics for you. We're going to talk some good stuff, some bad stuff, but we're going to get it done. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. It's him. You're now tuned into the dopest. It's him. Wanna wait, drag, and stay in the latest fashion. You think it's a game till we start clashing. War zone where I'm from, bullets like magic. 2K on your head, that's a backstep. I could put a E&D to all you lanes, whether outside or in the crib. On the game, limit tech with the best system. PlayStation for the staycation, Nintendo Switch for your wisdom. New level, whatever you want, you been on it. It's only one way to support it. Binge on it, never lag. Whip your ass with hella swag. Cuban cigar lit, I'm the victor with the class. You thinking you can toy with limit tech when you boys been how you breaking your joystick? Who been feeding you poison? If you win your fort tonight, tune into the Brooklyn night forecast and 108 Dragons.
And ready for immediate assault.
Negative, Commander. Not against a ship that size. Not on your own.
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
What's good, people? Welcome back. First show of the year. This is what we doing outside. It is so good to see my people in the building. Woo! Man, Happy New Year to my squad. Happy New Year to everybody. Yo, listen, man, please get in those chats. Oh, Bunty, original done, da-da. Shout out to a member. Woo, 6 months, my man. Damn, I had membership for 6 months, Scrub?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Wow, that's awesome, man. Yo, shout out to the people that's in the chat, man. I see Bunty, I see Cole, I see Falk U, I see Ronald F. Yeah, we got more people coming, man. You know, we get warmed up quick. Listen, man, let people know who's here, share it out, get involved. Legendary Yobi is in the building. You already know what it is, bro. Love you all day. Listen, man, we got a good show planned for y'all. But, man, let me get to my guest or my host. We don't go to the man that's been missing in action, a.k.a. Aquaman. Y'all already know who this guy is, man. He's an awesome individual. He's been missed again. wait, hold on. Where this got that stuff at? He's been missed. It's my guy. You already know. Super G.
What's good, fam? What's good? I'm excited to be back, man. We got an interesting guest coming through and a pretty crazy topics, bro. So I'm ready to get into it.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Oh, hold on, I done messed up. You know what? I ain't really messed up, but where's it at? That is, let me never leak. Hit a hand clap for my brother. And listen, man, you already know this man when he ain't saving lives, fixing trucks. He's here. It's my man Scrubness. What up, Scrub? What's good? Happy New Year.
Oh, good. Happy New Year to everybody. Glad we done started a new year. We got some new topics, got some guests, and we got a lot of Xbox stuff to talk about. So glad to be here. Shout out to the replay gang. Thank you, everybody, on all our platforms for hitting them like buttons and sharing out. And let's get to it.
Facts. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Man, this man needs no introduction. He look like he's sleeping on his lawn chair, but you already know who he is, man. He's Sir to the X-Man. What up, son? What's good? Your mic muted? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you get for talking shit to me.
No.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's get the show going and Call of Duty sucks and Battlefield is better. Let's go.
Whoa. Hey. Well, listen, people, we got a special guest coming through. He's a fish. Grumpy old man.
Hey,
part
I had
3.
my time in the world. I can chill, bro.
Just don't prop your feet up. Nobody wants to see that.
Oh, corns and horns. We ain't doing that.
I ain't got no corns, bro. I'm good.
Corns and horns.
I went
We
and take
not
care of
doing
my feet
that.
real good, so I'm good, bro.
No, listen, man. I want to know. We're gonna start off with you real quick, Sir X-Man. What you been playing, bro? Don't say spades. I don't hear that.
No, you already know spades and all. But you know, I've been playing Battlefield, and I got into that. You know, I'm gonna play my Battlefield, bro. And I got into that Road 96. It's a pretty good narrative game.
I like that game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So, I say y'all check it out. You know, it's in the GP, so you can just throw it in whenever you want. And that's pretty much it for right now.
All right, that's what's up. Scrub, what you been playing, man? I know you're on that Call of Duty world, but what else have you been playing? And have you ever tried to play Call of Duty Warzone with no crossplay on?
No.
Don't. It'd be searching for games like 30 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
So we have to deal with the cheaters.
You got to deal with it. So no. So that's why I don't play it, and that's why I stopped doing ranked. I was starting to get into ranked. I tried every game, but it's too many cheaters on there. So
there's too many.
Been playing Call of Duty, of course. Then got into Indiana Jones. Still got to go ahead and knock the rest of that out and finish it, which is that's a great game. So if none of you checked it out, of course, it's on Game Pass. Please do. Man, that is a fun game. And then I just been doing some quick stuff over the Christmas break holidays. If you had Game Pass Ultimate, EA, you get part of the EA Play thing. Every day they were dropping a free game. Now, when I say free game, some of it was stuff you didn't even want because they were still they handed out. Here's a free game, Anthem. I was like, nobody playing Anthem. What are you sending me Anthem for? Skip. But Battlefront 2, which I never ended up playing before. Yeah, I went and played the campaign on that. That was very fun. I mean, and the game that was dropped in there free. So I was like, man, why don't I go ahead and play it? So, yeah, that's pretty much what I did over the weekend, over the holidays, trying to have fun with family and friends.
Yo, what the hell did you do?
I ain't do nothing. I've been right here chilling.
Super G's on doing something on his computer. What you doing? You done messed up all my screens. What did you do? You the culprit. You got caught with your hand in a cookie jar. Put it back.
Bro, I have not moved.
Yo, what the hell happened? And I looked to see. Oh!
That's what happened.
Right, I'm like,
there you go.
What the hell happened? Yo, what up, Colt? Let me get you situated, man. I was watching you on Gas Show and cooking. I was multitasking. It was crazy, man. Let me get you together over here.
Coach said I'm gonna come in here and start some stranger danger stuff and mess you up.
Oh man, let's get listen, let me get you on screen. Let me type in this real quick. Yo, what's good? Welcome, my guy. Bro. Yeah, because you look like you was doing something. You always
sure blamed you, didn't you?
Quick, bro.
Yo, dude, right under the bus. Let me see.
He can wait for me to come back so he can blame me. That's cool.
Right.
Bumped in. Let's try this one.
Always blame your best friend, right?
Listen. Let me see. Is that it? Nope. Oh no, that's what's good, Colt?
No,
I don't know.
Everything's good. No matter what anybody tells you, it's still good. Real good.
Oh, there you go, Colteastwood. We good. Let me get him situated over here. These ND files is excellent, man, but they something to work with when you got to be on the fly. But it's kind of cool. It's not too bad. Not too bad.
Every week.
In the chat, Coach Lemon's working on some technical stuff to make it prettier for you. You know how.
Yo, listen, man, it's already done. It's already done. Welcome to the show, Colt, man. This man needs no introduction. XNC podcast. Knew this guy. 2019. I used to be like, you should get on camera. You got a good voice, good face. Get it popping. Yo, welcome, Colt. Welcome, man. Good to have you. Long time
to be here, man. Look at this group we get to hang out with. Yeah, this is good. Yeah,
all old ass man except G.
Yeah, well, every week when I do it, it's not a podcast if everything works correctly. That's for sure.
That's a fact. Let me get Scrub thing right. But anyway, man, finish telling me what you're playing,
Code has
Scrub.
an echo, Lemon.
Yeah, he do.
So fix that too. No, but that's all I've been doing, playing a couple of games, hanging out with friends. That's the best thing about holidays and playing Xbox and friends. You get on your group with your friends, catch up on the chats. And yeah, I've been having a pretty good time. So that's about it.
Yeah, and play more Call of Duty because that's all I see you play.
Wow.
That's all you see I play, but that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it.
Don't
when you're
take
good,
this,
you're good. I mean, that's all I gotta say. I mean,
this guy forgets he has hands. He's so old. Come on, man.
I almost jumped in when you guys last night. Almost.
You should have. You should have.
But no, he fell asleep.
No, I was watching something.
He took his Geritol and fell asleep.
Don't start no shit. Don't be no shit.
Wow, disrespectful. Anyway, man. Super G, what you been playing, man? It's been a minute. Good to have you back, brother. And Colt, Happy New Year, man.
Thank you. Am I still echoing? Is there something I need to change?
No.
Clear,
That's me. It's me.
Okay.
I just got to mute your NDI.
All right. Yeah, it's been a good year.
But Path of Exiles 2. Oh, and then some Final Fantasy on PC because I hadn't played it on the PlayStation 5, so I jumped in that. Was it 16? It's pretty cool. It ain't all that, but Path of Exiles is shit, though. So, hey, everybody out there, play Path of Exiles 2.
We might have to exercise Sir X-Men.
The power of PlayStation compels thee.
Don't. I'm being nice today. Don't start no. Won't be no, bro.
The power of PlayStation compels thee. Goddamn.
Hey,
Colt, man, what's good? How you been?
You starting it. You started it.
Yeah, I've been good. 2025, yeah, good year. Everything's been pretty good. It was touch and go there with Xbox's 2024 and all the nonsense of their business plan changing. But yeah, I was like kind of wondering, oh man, what is going to happen? What's the future for us as fans or content creators or podcasts or Xbox or the console and everything? But it's actually turned out to just, I don't know, I've had a lot of clarity and there's just way more games we can handle. And I've really changed my perspective. I'm really, really excited about all the games I'm going to be playing wherever the frick I want to play them. And that's mostly been on Xbox and PC. And if I have to play something on the power that compels me of the PlayStation, I'll play it there, I guess. You know? But I think those games are going to PC sooner and sooner. So I don't know.
Money, bring me the PlayStation water.
So, the only problem you have is, damn it, the backlog is getting bigger. That's the only problem you have, right?
Oh, yeah.
I hate
it. This year's just absolutely insane. I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 a few weeks early. So it comes out on the 4th of February. I just like a couple hours into it. That game's bigger than I'm ready for. And Assassin's Creed Shadows coming up for previews and stuff like that. And Avowed and Monster Hunter Wild. I don't even know how we're going to do it. It's such a good problem to have.
We can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Made a backlog.
You can try, though. You can try.
Hey, we're close to cloning technology. Maybe that'll help you out.
Yeah.
Wow. Listen, man, Colt, we're going to do a short dive on your gaming history, what turned you into a gamer, your content creation life, and then we're going to move it to the topics. Because that's what I do with everybody when they first time come here.
No, I've
you don't need no
already.
This guy doesn't need
chill out. I've been with Colt. I know Colt a while, so I know.
So, Colt, listen to me, man. I want to get to know the personal side of the gamer because you know when you do your content, which is absolutely amazing, and one of the best articulated videos when I watch. Very well done.
Thank you.
Very, very well done. What started you in gaming?
My parents bought an Intellivision like back in 82 or 83. And I'm like, this is a thing. I mean, as far as I can remember. So, yeah, I mean, I started on an Intellivision. Then there was a couple years where we didn't have anything, you know, really, except for computer games like Wheel of Fortune, stuff like that I didn't really enjoy. But
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we had one of those old those IBM computers. My mom spent a bunch of money on that at Christmas, and it had the amber screens, just black and orange. That's all it did. But you know, they got us in the late 80s. They got us an NES when everybody else had one for years. And I sat down and played that thing all weekend. And my mom's like, "All right, you guys need to get ready for bed." I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "You have school tomorrow." I'm like, holding the Nintendo controller, going, "I don't need school anymore. I'm good. I got this."
You said, "But Mom, tomorrow's Saturday."
Yeah, I mean, I was hooked in pretty good. And then my story. There's a couple beats I got to tell so that if you haven't heard it, but around the time the Super NES was out, I was like playing Nintendo so much that my younger brother, he's almost 2 years younger than me. He came in the room and he's like, "What are you doing?" I go, I'm playing Street Fighter 2. And he's like, "You know, my friends at school call you Nintendo Freako." And my brother's younger and cooler than me. And I'm holding that stupid little purple and gray controller. And my brother was like out running around with his friends, and I was 16. And I was like, and I'm so impressionable that I just like took the controller and I tossed it, and I'm like, I'm not playing video games anymore. And so I went through, it was. I mean, I was the dude. I was the dude in 1984. I had the Thriller cassette, the Michael Jackson Peachy Human Nature with the vest. And I went to school the first day with the Peachy, and this guy next to me goes, "Michael Jackson's made fun of him. Michael Jackson's a bad."
I had the Thriller jacket, so I know what you're talking about. When I was
but we all had some type of Michael Jackson paraphernalia. I mean, to be Michael was it.
Say if you didn't.
To be Michael was it. We didn't want to be Prince with ass out jeans. No.
What happened?
But everybody wanted to be
Baby.
Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, and we it real quick. And we also had the members only jackets.
Yeah, that's
We
what
all
I had.
had
I
members
had
only
the
jacket.
members only jacket, which was like I didn't have the Thriller jacket because we didn't have that kind of money. I had the members only jacket, which was like the other.
Our family
Michael
wasn't that
Jackson
rich.
jacket. Yeah,
I had the Thriller outfit.
bro.
Okay.
Last year.
Hey, I wore Garanimal shirts when they were cool. They're not cool
All right.
no more.
So now, Cole, when did you get back into gaming?
So that was like 93 when I just said I'm done. Other than the occasional Taco Bell run and playing NBA Jam with the boys, like at their house, like that was like we'd do that for hours. I pretty much spent 10 years of really not playing games. So about the time we had our second kid, I'm like, I want to get back into video games. I went
you got into it as a grown man?
Yeah, an old grown man. I mean, I tell you,
that's
story,
a-
but,
You
like,
miss
I
a
was,
lot, Colt.
I played video games a little bit. Like we had a PC when I was first married, and I had like Rainbow Six and Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff like that. But I would just like kind of dabble, and I was not up on what games. Like I remember hearing the words Halo or hearing the words Resident Evil and going, I don't know what that means. I was into music and other things.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I was completely out of it for like 10 years.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, Cole? As long as I've known you, I've never heard this.
Oh yeah, I've pulled it on a
I've
couple
heard
shows.
it before. You late, Lemon.
Man, shut your ass up and let him talk. God damn, old head.
Old? I'm the oldest one here.
No, you're not.
Yeah, well,
I'm
I already
52.
told you.
You ain't the
I'm
oldest
52.
one here.
Okay, we're all about the same age.
No, I'm
Right,
59.
right.
I'm 59.
Man, Sir X-Man 700.
I ain't
They open
even
him a coffin. They open it up and he rolls out.
Somebody go get him a cough drop.
Methuselah.
And you stop, scrub.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry, X-Men. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was.
No, you're not. I'm sorry, Colt.
Oh God.
It's a weird story because I'm so diehard now and a content creator and stuff. But take yourself back to like 07, right? Remember the 2007, and we just had our second kid, had a house, and I'm like, I really miss video games. But when I thought about video games, I thought about the NES. So I went on the internet and tried to find videos about video games, and YouTube wasn't really very popular back then. YouTube started in 06. In 07, like there wasn't a lot of content on YouTube. So Google took me to game trailers, and I found Angry Video Game Nerd. And he was covering Simon's Quest and all these games that I used to love. And he's making fun of them. And I was like, oh, I miss this stuff so much. And then I started watching all this content on game trailers. And then I started hearing about games like Splinter Cell and whatever the modern games were at the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, games look really cool. Mm-hmm. And so I decided to buy a console. And back then everybody had a 360 and PS3. I'm like, I wasn't going to spend $300 or $400 on a console. I had two little babies, you know?
Right.
So
Responsibilities.
I bought my boss's old Xbox One original. He goes, he'll sell it to you for $200. He brought it in a grocery bag with 5 controllers, like a grip of games, like 25 of them, all the cases and the big old Xbox original in there. And he goes, here you go. He goes, whatever you don't want, take it to GameStop and trade it in and get what games you do want. And I was in heaven.
What's GameStop?
Yeah, like I didn't use GameStop. I've never heard of it, but he's like, take them down there and you could trade them in. And I was like, okay. So I had that Xbox original, like maybe a few months, and I'm like, I'm out. I'm going to buy 360 because that spring Grand Theft Auto 4 was coming out, and my buddy gave me a copy of San Andreas, and I was hooked. I'm like, dude, this is Menace to Society, but I get to play it, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I'm like, This is the real deal. And I was so hooked on San Andreas, and I'm getting into gaming. And I went all in, and I was my wife, like, all of a sudden I was like this guy who sat and played guitars, and then I was like playing video games all the time. So I did that. So that's like my gaming trajectory, and I've been like hooked ever since I got the 360 in 07 or 08. And
you came in a good era.
Yeah, like because I
360
came
was
in
crazy.
when we had this magazine, this free magazine subscription. I think it was called I always forget the name of it, but it's like a pop culture magazine. And it had this whole spread about Gears of War. It's like you get to play as a dude with a do-rag on and a chainsaw. And I was looking at it, I'm like, this looks really cool. Like Gears of War. And you guys all knew about Gears of War, but for me, it was just close-up picture and across 2 pages of Marcus Phoenix, like with the do-rag on. I'm like, this looks so cool. And you guys like, yeah, I know. We've been watching it at the E3s and whatever. And so I got totally into it.
Hey, Colt, real quick. What was your reaction when you heard the first cuss word in the Gears of War?
My kids were little, so I didn't have the luxury back then of playing in like right now I have a studio where I can play games, however volume and whatever. But I would go into games like that and look, can you turn off? Oh my gosh, in Gears you can turn off the swearing because they're too little to know the blood. But if Marcus,
you could turn off the swearing. You could turn off the swearing in Gears?
In all of them. Yeah, it does a radio silence.
My daughter was little.
Over it.
She was chainsawing and killing. Yeah, listen.
I was ripping locusts in half.
Right.
I have to hear the S word.
Yeah, listen. First of all, let me tell you something you said earlier that brought me back. You know, that Grand Theft Auto collection was broken for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was disgusted. So one day, you tweeted out, they finally fixed it. You know you brought me back? Because I left. I left. I left. Yo, listen. It was ruining my experience from back in the days. Like, come on. The game was horribly broke. I'm like, how did you release this? But they fixed it. Thank you.
It's better. It's better, but holy crap, I didn't realize how difficult those games are. Like, games are so easy now. I'm trying to do any mission in Vice City. Dead.
Right. But listen. But you brought me back. But continue. I'm sorry. I just wanted to tell you that.
No,
that was key. That was key for me. Because I was hurt.
And it looks good too. Like the whole vibe of those games is amazing. I really hope that 6 makes us feel like that again. I really do.
Hey, listen. I'm always in Miami, and when I saw those booties popping on them cars, I'm good.
I've been over there.
Yo, listen, I'm good. Yo, I'm good, and I'm single. So it is what it is. I was like, yep, that's Miami. That's the strip I be on. Yep. People was mad at that trail. I said, but that's how Miami is. You can't be mad at that.
Is too, Lemon.
Yeah, Atlanta's like that too. I should be there in a couple weeks. But anyway, so continue. So, Cole, after the 360 era,
so what I was trying to get to is I was all ingrained in gaming. It's all I talked about. And I realized that people at work don't care about video games. I had a couple friends that did like video games that I worked with. And like a year or two later, they're like, I'm out. You know, I'm getting married or I'm having a kid. And all of a sudden they were never online. Like I learned because I'm older. So I'm about 35 years old at the time. And I'm like really into gaming. And my friends become 28 because they're a little bit younger. They learned that the magic age was 28. You either are a gamer or you're not, because that road diverges. You're old enough to where you're going to start having kids, or you got out of college, you got a real job and all that, or whatever they were going to do. And I watched these guys. I'm like, you loved this. Right. We played every night, you know? And so I realized I didn't have anywhere to talk. So I got on like forums, and as a 30-some, like late 30-year-old dude getting on forums talking gaming, I felt like the old man, you know, surrounded by young people who used terminology that I didn't understand. So I wanted to talk about gaming, but what really kicked it off is when the Xbox One came out. The reveal was horrible, and I'm like, I'm gonna go with the PS4. Like this isn't the console for me. But my buddy was like, dude, come over and play Titanfall.
You didn't want the NFL package?
PS4. What's that?
Oh, Titanfall.
You didn't want the NFL package?
No, right.
I was
you
like,
watch Price is Right.
Price is Right.
Watch Price is Right.
I said, first of all, they put Netflix on the map. Let's keep it real with 360. I got that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
We watched a presentation about TV in a console for 45, 50 minutes. I said, what are they doing?
But that console ushered in what we love about our TVs now. Now they have all those TV apps on them. Yeah. I think it's almost like maybe
YouTube
Xbox
TV.
One made that happen.
That's basically what it is.
No, Xbox 360 made that happen.
Yep.
Remember with the blades And Netflix had B movies. They had C movies. They had nothing major.
Yeah.
But Netflix blew up because of the 360. Nobody had a device that you could put movies and have movies streaming to a console. Nobody made that popular, but 360. 360 was on fire.
Because Netflix used to say
with friends. I miss Netflix with friends.
Yeah.
Right. They even had that. You sit in a little lobby. Now we do it in VR on a Quest. I don't know who done it in here, but I've done it with Graphic Guard. And he told me, yo, you can watch movies together and hand each other popcorn in virtual reality.
I never
said,
did that.
What? Yo, yeah. Graphic Guard got me to do it. And he passed me the popcorn. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
But the future.
But this is where 360 really was revolutionary. Besides the cross chat and between games and the party chat. Because my boy, when he got his PS4, he called me. He said, yo, Lim. He said, I could talk to people in games across multiple games. I said, yeah, welcome to 360. It was kind of like, what?
Yep.
I said, we've been had that.
That's Xbox. They're way ahead of the curve, and people aren't ready for it. But then it's the future anyway. They're like, oh, they're listening to you. It's like,
that's why
now they rely on that.
Used to use my OG Xbox more than my PS2 back then because the chat on PlayStation. I'm not trying to diss them, but it was not that great. Thank God Microsoft stick to nothing but broadband. That's what made the difference.
I think
y'all didn't hear that, Chad. I did not say virtual popcorn. Erase that from the receipts.
Oh, that ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna remind you that next week on the other show.
It's graphic.
Yeah, you said y'all was in the dark. Y'all were in the dark passing popcorn to each other.
Whoa.
That's what I heard.
What are we doing here?
I want to know what kind of movie.
Yeah, we got company. What are y'all doing?
That's what I want to know.
Matter of fact, Cole's not company. Cole's family, but whatever. So continue, Cole.
So yeah, I wanted to talk about gaming because I really didn't have anybody to talk to about it. So I wanted to make content. So I went out on a limb and had my brother help me build a PC. And I'm like, if I can make a PC, I can stream, I can record, I can actually make videos because I wanted to speak on what was going on because the Xbox One, the story I was telling you about, my buddy says, I'm like, I'm going to get a PS4. He goes, come over and try Titanfall on my new Xbox One. And I'm like, all right. And he handed me the controller. And when I felt the rumble, when you pop the mag out and put it back in, I was like, remember how, haptics are so important?
Right.
I had never felt like that before. And I was playing Titanfall on his Xbox. I was like, okay, forget everything I thought. And so I realized the Xbox One, it got dogged so bad. It had all the best games in the first 3 years. And the console, the Kinect and the voice control, everything about the console is amazing. And I'm like, people don't understand this, but the narrative across the entire world was, don't buy an Xbox. The PS4 is the way to go. And I'm like, no, it's not. This is amazing. So I started making videos about Xbox and where they were going and what was great about it and how it was better than PlayStation and did some console war stuff. And then one day, our good friend, Dealer Gaming, I was watching his channel for like a year. You guys may have heard this story. I've been watching him for a year because he was putting out videos 2 or 3 times a week. I would watch him on my phone at work, sitting there with it on speaker. And one day he comments on one of my videos and he goes, dude, I really like your stuff. We need to help your channel. And I was like, and Dealer had 13,000 subs at the time. I thought he was like a superstar because to get to 10,000 subs is difficult. It's difficult. It takes a long time
too. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of work.
And it was because he was so charismatic. Like when Dealer has so much authority and charisma when he talked, and he knew what he was talking about. And I'm like, this guy's got it. He's so good. And he said he liked my stuff. So he goes, we got to get on a phone call. So the dude calls me, which he calls me on Google Hangouts and gave me his phone number like the next day. And he said, hey, I want to help you with your channel. Here's what you should do, or here's what you shouldn't do. And like a couple videos later, my channel actually started getting views. Before I would get like 24 views, 50 views. Cutting to the chase, he changed my life. And he said, I'm starting RDX. Nice. It was like 2 months later. I'm starting this RDX podcast. Can you make a logo for it? I want you on the panel. He brought in all of our good mutual friends that we all talk to in this community, and except for D-Batch. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, Cole.
Or you wouldn't put it out.
I was talking to Fonz. Listen, I was talking to Fonz the other night.
Don't get him started.
Right? Yo, listen. I'm a huge tech
I love
guy.
D-Batch so much, you know it, but go
listen,
ahead.
I love to make fun of him. He makes it too goddamn easy. The dude is the guy in Best Buy who sells you the TV reading a pamphlet to you. He doesn't understand the tech. He buys it.
Yeah.
But you can't get overzealous. If somebody say, yo, we're gonna make cars that go to the moon, I'm buying one. You can't be that guy. You gotta do your homework.
Wait, you can do that?
Listen, I know that dude for a long
Yeah,
time.
same. Yeah,
but-
you longer than me.
Oh, god damn, bro. Now you missing in action. But I warned him. And Fonz, the other night, Fonz, and Hog Geek was in the chat. I said, bro, that dude is just overzealous. He gotta pump his brakes. You gotta relax. Do your homework. Just don't throw your integrity on a limb when it's not that serious, my guy.
Yeah.
And now look.
Hey, the PS
where is he?
Long enough, to become the villain.
But he didn't even mean to. But he says so much stuff, and then the internet is petty.
Are you trying to say all he is dust in the wind? Dust.
And I like the guy. You know why I like the guy? Because you know why I like him, Colt? It's because being a tech guy myself, I eat shit and sleep tech.
Yeah.
I get excited. My bucket list is to go to CES. I was supposed to go this year, couldn't get the vacation. Shout out to my man, Geek Like Mike. He had me getting in, but I couldn't make it because of vacation, because of work. But let me tell you something. When you trying to school somebody younger than you, they have to listen. You got to listen to people who know more than you. You just can't go out there and act crazy. And that's what I was telling Fonz. Fonz was like, but Lemon, he just disappeared for a minute. I said, he needs a break. He just needs it. I mean, it is what it is. But continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we had a great time.
We got your back.
Time on RDX, and Dealer did a lot for me and taught me a lot of stuff, and it could change your life. And a couple years later, I went to E3 for the first time. I'd never gone to E3, and that's when you and I met and hung out, Korean barbecue, hung out at FanFest.
That's right.
I was over the moon. Every time I can go to that is one of the best days ever of the year. So,
but you know what I know when you was cool? When you could bring your wife and she tolerate all that bullshit we do. He was like, I got my wife with me. I said, what? And she was with it.
She's
great.
Say too much.
Crammed
in Mr. 100's Suburban, and there's not enough seats. We were all just crammed in there, sitting on each other's laps to get a ride across LA.
Nobody gets left behind. I started that.
It was great. It was great, man.
Right.
Yeah, so that's pretty much my story. Grateful I got back into gaming. That 10-year hiatus, I missed a lot of World of Warcraft, RTS games. I don't really feel like I missed them because I don't know if I would have liked those anyway, but I missed kind of a golden era of gaming when gaming and PC and console was starting to come up. But I feel like I got in when games became cinematic and big, vibrant worlds. Because
you got in at a good time.
Yeah, and I played a lot of games on Xbox original when I had that console for 6 months. And the jump to 360 was astronomical. The games took such a leap of realism. When you talk about Uncharted and Gears and stuff like that, the games looked and felt great all the time. Like, you had great cutscenes, and then the game looked almost as good as the cutscenes. And they were so limited in comparison before. Lots of great games, but I felt like I
we thought they was awesome.
Yeah, and I'll say one last thing from the past is people will be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I play video games and I do YouTube stuff. And they're like, oh, I used to play Mario. And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, I remember back then I told them, that Born Identity movie? And they're like, yeah. I play video games that feel like you're in that movie because that's like my type of favorite video game. Third person or first person action, big set pieces, car chases, shoot 'em up, all that stuff, and great characters that were, a character story that was happening all throughout the campaign. And so because we were like, oh, I played Mario and Kirby back in the day. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So
Cole, what
way
you're
beyond
saying
that.
is you missed the generation of I don't throw my controller at the TV. You missed all that.
no, I was
No, he
part
got
of
The
a
Wii?
360. That's
The Wii?
perfect time.
360. I had
Yeah,
a friend.
360
I'm talking
is a
about
perfect
the
time.
really, really hard games back in the day from the old consoles.
Oh, I mean, I beat Ninja Gaiden on the NES and fail in the last chapter.
Oh,
Takes you all the way back to the beginning of the chapter. I
that's
left it on.
punishment.
I was staying the night at my friend's
Shoot.
house, and I left his Nintendo on because he was watching me try to finish the game. And when we went to bed at 2 a.m, we had to leave the Nintendo on. And you wake up in the morning,
Yep.
the sun comes
Yep.
out,
Dang, a lot
and
of
that
the
light's
Yep.
still on. It always was.
We don't have to do that today because we got quick resume.
Yeah.
You like that?
PS5
that was a nice-
has quick resume too.
Wow.
PS5 has it too.
We're not doing that.
Sleep mode.
Oh,
Yo,
don't
that
do
was-
it. Don't do it.
Ooh. Shout out to Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, listen, man. What you said? Korean barbecue. We got a guy here. Shout out to Megatron, man. You know he was there too. That's my
There
guy,
he is.
man. Yeah, he's always here. He be lurking in the streets. He be lurking.
I haven't seen him on. We haven't been on Party Chat with him in like 3 or 4 years, and I'm blaming him. How about that?
Well,
Maybe
I
have
speak
some
to him on
time.
the phone on a regular, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's my guy. I love that dude.
He's awesome.
Let me. These 2 quick questions. I don't know if you can answer the first one because you got in late. But top 5 systems
Of all time?
for you?
Yeah. 360. Xbox One. Shoot. PlayStation 1. NES.
Nice.
I see
Nice.
NES probably above that. I missed a couple of that I haven't had. Shoot. I've only had the NES, Super NES, and then I fast forward all the way up to the
Right,
Xbox
did a big
original.
jump.
Yeah.
But don't let that hinder you because there's a lot of gatekeeping too with that. I came back in the gaming from NES to 360, and you got to think a lot of people watching us they don't even know what a PS1 was. So I mean, we didn't miss, and plus there's so many ways to get it back. So
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't like.
You are the only
So
ones
you
that
so you don't have you don't. You
plus
don't
you're a
have the
musician,
series.
so that's a whole nother hobby.
Y'all
that
both
takes
musicians.
time away.
Y'all both
Yeah.
musicians. You gotta let them know you be getting your band on too.
Sweet.
Yeah, that
Scrub
takes
is
time
a-
away.
He's an avid
It does.
performer. Besides being on a pole, he plays.
Whoa.
Hey, we've
What
all
are
been
we
on the
doing
pole at
here?
least once. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
God.
glad you turned today, Scrub. He ain't messing with
Jeez.
you. He messing with you.
All
What
right.
is this? This is after dark.
Yo, listen, yo, Cole, I own a whole building. It's a club at the bottom, right? No problem. Right now, there's a birthday party down here. I told Scrub, he a single guy. Them big women pay how they, they wallet is big like them. So I told him, put him on a stripper pole, play some drums, play with them sticks, and they'll pay how they weigh.
Okay.
We just was talking about this the other night. He was like, you
messy,
crazy.
man.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
coming to
listen.
your party. You said
Right now, it's like a
this-
5-year-old birthday party downstairs, something like that, something like.
My body, my choice. Okay.
They gotta learn.
We can
sometime.
always transform it. Yo, listen, yo. First of all, Bushido, let me address the chat. Bushido, I told you about Chola in my chat. You my brother. We was on a podcast together last night. You be saying some stuff. He said I don't speak to the chat. Come on, bro. You supposed to be on team light skin. Like, come on. What are you doing here? Anyway, remember for how many months? 5? Spartan 661.
Spartan gifted 5 memberships.
Oh, I was like, I'm looking at the wrong screen. I should be looking at the new chat. Doing a lot here. And I'm cooking.
Thank you, Spartan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Spartan. Appreciate it, Spartan. Cole, top 5 games, series, or game individuals, and then we're going to get into these topics.
Fallout, Mass Effect, Borderlands, BioShock. It's a weird one. Forza Horizon.
Oh, I ain't mad at you.
I mean, I've got
no,
thousands of hours.
I'm
of
not
it.
mad at you with that.
Yeah.
Those are your
Forza
games.
Horizon,
Those are your
and I'm a
games.
Forza. I've seen your setup. I told you I bought the foldable racing chair because I got like I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, that could be a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Your setup, and this other guy seen on the internet with the virtual reality, which I have, y'all setup is crazy with the car stuff. Crazy. And I envy you. I just don't want to put that in my video game room. Because I need to pick up and go because I'll be playing VR. I don't want to have to move it. And
I had to move it out recently. I had it for like 3+ years. I was using it all the time, but I can't keep it in here all the time. But I've got a lot of time on it.
That's why the one I had sent you from Amazon, I bought it.
Yeah?
The foldable one. Yeah, I bought that.
Yeah, foldable is probably a good idea.
XP, something light. As long as I can pick it up, fold it, put it in the closet, pull it back out when I want to play, because I love Forza Motorsport.
Is it one that you unfold and put in front of a chair? Or you sit in it?
The whole chair folds up. You connect the steering wheel to the front of it. And, you know, I'm 6'5", so it fits me, so it could basically fit anybody.
Yeah.
And it's light. You step into it, you open the bar, you step into it, you close it like a roller coaster ride. But it's very light.
Cool.
Yo, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Remember
awesome.
when you were talking about setting up a racing rig, and I told you my setup with the triple screen and the shifters and everything.
See, that's what I don't want to start. I don't want to start that. I don't want to start. Nope.
It's addictive.
Nope.
Dude.
I got enough.
Racing rigs
I got
are addictive, man.
I got a tech buying prime. Nope. That's what I don't want to do.
E-brake and the e-brake for the Xbox setup. For the Xbox, like for the PC, it's not. It's like an $80 e-brake, but for the Xbox, it was like $300 because it has to be specialized for the Kinect. And I'm like, to connect to it, and I'm like, I really wanted, because that's how I used to drive. Like, pull the e-brake and pull it back down and whip the back of the car around.
I had Fanatec stuff, so it was easy, just plug and play for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, your top 5 games list was amazing, but there's something that I want to ask you that I'm a huge Bethesda guy. Huge. Explain to people about that sign behind you that you made yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Give them the breakdown.
Yeah, so let me see.
Because he told me in a party chat one day. I was like, what?
Yeah, so I have a buddy that works at a sign shop, and he's like, hey, we're testing out this new vinyl print that's reflective. And he's like, give me something and I'll put it on there. And I was like hooked on New Vegas at the time. So I sent him a high quality image and he printed it on here. This thing's 3 feet wide. And I took it home, and my father-in-law and I went out and shot it with our handguns.
Do you hear this?
Dropped it up on a dirt pile, and we're just like shooting it over and over. And we shot it from the back, so the bullet holes are protruding out this way. And then I picked up all the shell casings, and my buddy who hunts and reloads, he gave me like 308 shell casings, longer ones, and I glued those to the thing. And then I kept an eye out for bottle caps, and I found a bunch of like Coors or Bud Light bottle caps and washed them, and then I put the sarsaparilla stickers on them. Yeah, I just did the whole thing because I wanted something cool in my room, and it took a little while to make, but yeah, it's one of a kind. It's on aluminum.
Sounds like a Saturday night in Louisiana. That's pretty cool.
Yo, I was like,
that's awesome.
When he told me this story in the party chat, I said, when he come on the podcast, I'm gonna get him to explain his whole vision for that song, because it looks like something made from a movie.
Yeah, when we came home from shooting it, it was still nice and pristine with the bullet holes in it. I picked up like a rock, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I just started glancing rocks off of it. So it's got like white scratches, across it, or dents on it. And he goes, "I want it to look like," I said, "It's my father-in-law's old," and I'm like, "It's a video game, takes place in the future when nuclear holocaust or whatever."
Right.
And it's like,
it can't be clean. Got to look like it's been through some work. Yo, that thing is amazing. Yeah. Listen, that thing is amazing. Listen, let's get into these topics, man.
Oh, real quick. After hearing that story about the sign, and you put it next to your YouTube congratulations trophy, I don't know how to read into that code.
It's called success. Hard work pays off.
Yeah.
Hard work.
Get your bullet holes. That's what I'm feeling.
Whoa. Yeah, listen. People don't understand what it like Super G down there. He's one of the most modest guys, but him and his squad on his channel, they putting out a lot of videos a week.
Oh yeah.
And people don't understand what it takes and what it goes into. What it goes into to do what we do. Just to interview somebody, doing the homework and having the right questions available to yourself to give them, for you to have good content. It's work. It's not just pick up a webcam, a C920, and just talk shit all day. You really gotta really do your homework, and it pays off. You get into these places that you never was able to get into when we was younger, and it's an amazing feature. And yes, Colt, you and Hoggy should have pulled up at the Game Awards. It was nice.
I know.
It was nice.
I'm a little indifferent with Jeff Keighley, but whatever.
I don't care about Jeff. It's always about the event.
Yeah.
I said that to you. It's always about us doing what we do. I don't care who hosts something. As long as we can get together and do something, that's all I support, man. Just being around with the guys, and we had a good ass time. I ain't gonna lie. Hopefully I see you in June. We're gonna work that out. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna try to work out PAX.
yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I always love PAX. But let's move on, man. Now this is a situation that I had a vision for, right? And what's crazy, Microsoft kind of co-signed my vision this week. I wanted, if you're gonna bring out an Xbox handheld, and I have a ROG Ally X, and I love playing my games anywhere, right? Didn't never really sign in the Shadow Play with my Game Pass, my Xbox account, but I kept saying if you're gonna bring out a handheld, the ecosystem has to be unified.
Yep.
Now, CES, they kind of co-signed that. Colt, I know you've talked about this a lot. How do you really feel about this handheld and price point for it to be accessible to people, besides just the ecosystem? Because we're going to get it no matter what it costs. We're going to be like, we're in there.
Yeah.
But see, they don't need us.
I think it's going to be.
They don't need us.
I think it's going to be 800 probably around there.
Wow.
Because I'm really hoping that Xbox doesn't make a Series S in a handheld modular form, or the next Series S. We can't have Xbox finally make a handheld and it holds back or is limited in what it can play. Which the Steam Deck and Lenovo and ROG Ally can play just about anything. You can just change the settings. So
yeah, that's all it's about, right?
So I would guess that it's probably $700 or $800 because it's going to be a very capable, long-lasting handheld. That's one of your questions. So you asked me what was the price. What was the other one?
With the software side of it.
What would be in the software for it?
Yeah, like the OS. Like, how would you want the OS to work? What would you think? They should be, bringing to the table to make it unified.
Yeah, as far as we can guess at this point, Xbox is going to have a new universal Xbox dashboard that is the same across PC, the same across all handhelds. Their handheld, where everything just launches. Like when I like my ROG Ally as well, but I have to deal with Windows first. I'm like, I want to load this thing up and hit a button. Like when I'm on a controller, everything's at just a stretch of the thumb, and I can just launch. I can go into everything. I can screenshot. I can party chat. I can play. I can quit. I can resume. All that stuff is within a button push without how do you get to the desktop?
You don't got to think about it, right?
Yeah, it's just that's the way it should be for a gaming device. And so the assumption is there's an Xbox universal dashboard that's like a next generation thing that is going to, I really hope that the next Xbox console and handheld is also Xbox. People are going to like this for your Xbox fans. I want every single one of those games that Xbox puts out to no longer be a console version. Never again. I think at this point, you should launch the games and people are going to have to put their big boy pants on and learn, either take the default settings, because when I loaded up Kingdom Come Deliverance, they're not a big studio. They're not a massive studio. When I loaded it up, it was already, I have a 480 Super. It was already set at 4K, ultra settings across the board. It was already set at the right aspect ratio and everything. And I didn't have to, all I did was install it and push play. And most PC games are like that right now. And I think that in the future, this bull crap needs to stop where we load up a game and you only get brightness and performance equality.
Yes. Fit the screen and all
You
that
are
stuff. Yeah.
catering to gamers who've been playing games since the 1980s. We've grown up where tech was so native and so simplified. We've grown up. We've learned how to do everything with tech. Console gamers are ready to go in and turn shadow quality down if they're or lower resolution if they're not getting the proper.
What was that racing game that brought that over to console? The frame race was terrible. It was beautiful though. It was a racing game. Damn, I can't think of the name.
Was it F1?
Cars?
PGR?
No.
No,
Project Cars.
They brought it over from
Project Cars.
Yeah, Project Cars.
I have both.
And it had all these settings, and I said, the console people don't know what this is. What are they doing? They're gonna make the game run worse.
Well, I got into PC gaming in 2015. Remember, I told you I bought that PC, built that PC so I could do content. Right. I also got into PC gaming and with the Xbox stuff, and you load it up, and you're like, "Here's all these settings." Well, guess what? It's a trial by fire. You just learn. Like,
for those that take the time,
it's just kind of hitching here. What should I do? Oh, just lower a couple settings, and then you're like, "Oh, it's running fine."
You do that, well, you gotta finesse.
One of my boys said I was crazy. I bought a 980 Ti in 2015 to play The Witcher because that hair tessellation was like killing systems. So I was like, I'm going to get a 980 Ti. They was like, you know how much that thing cost? I said, listen,
I had the 960 then.
I wanted Gerald hair to blow in the wind. But
just like we want our hair to blow in the wind.
Right, yeah. Look, you had to turn it off because that was like, it was too much.
Yeah, man, hey, I got you beat, Cole. I ran 2670 SLI. And
oh my gosh.
That was awesome. Dude. It took me years before I had to upgrade, but eventually it had to come to it.
And you didn't have to turn on the heat in the winter too, right? That thing was
right.
2 cars warming up the room.
SLI was not the
I
answer.
had so much cooling for that thing; it was ridiculous, man.
But SLI wasn't the answer. People don't understand when you run SLI, everything does not work in SLI.
Not every game is compatible with it either.
And I'm talking about just your desktop.
Mine was working good, but people got to remember, the second one is only for backup boost. The first one is still doing the main work. But having that backup boost in some of those games, especially when I tried to play Crysis back then, man, that saved me a lot of drama.
Crysis was a computer killer. I don't even know why they made that like that. But anyway,
it's still a computer killer to this day still.
It looked good on the 360. I was happy with it, enjoyed it.
Right.
Yeah. Because it was made for consoles. They got a window to aim at. On PC, they got many windows to aim at. That's why PC is more difficult. That's why I don't understand why people don't get the S. Developers have been programming on PC for multiple GPUs, multiple CPUs, multiple RAM schemes, but you can't do the S. You know what the S provides. You know what the Series X. You know what the play. Yeah, listen. I some things don't make no sense. But listen, let me go on to Sir X-Men because I gotta go check my food for it burn. I'm over here, Sir X-Men, next Xbox rumors and price. What do you think about the software and what you think the entry level price should be?
Oh, I don't care about the software. I do care about the price if they want to sell it. But there's only one thing I've been saying: I will not buy a handheld, and people laugh at me until I can run a SIM card for what do you call that? For like your phone for phone data. So I ain't got to depend on nobody's hotspot.
Wi-Fi.
I ain't got to deal with nobody's Wi-Fi interrupting me, and I want it to run stable, at least 5 or 6. 5 or 6G. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I wanted. That's why I've never bought a handheld. I bought a Switch for my kids, but that's about it. And that's when I believe that's when we hit the mark. When you can run it anywhere, no matter what. Internet go down.
Yep.
Satellite cells are still up and cell towers are still up and running. You can go play.
Right.
At least you agree with me, Code. Everybody make fun of me. Nobody wants no SIM card. I want the option to put one in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You like that idea?
You guys think the next consoles will have a disc drive?
Oh, are we going back to the PS? What do you call that?
For 2026, if they're still coming out 2026, I
still want a disc drive. I got too many.
I think they might, or because I don't know. If it was coming out a couple of years after that, I'd say no. But they've already figured out, and everybody's doing it now. Download your games, and nobody's doing midnight releases at GameStop waiting in line for their game anymore. It would not shock me because I haven't bought a physical disc in maybe a year. So I wouldn't be surprised. It's in everybody's head already. They get their music that way. They get their games that way. They download. I mean, most people are not using cable anymore to watch TV. So I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think it would hurt Xbox. There'll be a couple of people that would, scream and yell to the top of their lungs, but it can be an attachment. But why spend the money to have a peripheral to add there for physical? But
I have a thought about this. Check this out, Scrub Nerd. So if discs are fading away, take the region lock away. Let us play. I got movies that are in other countries where I had to go get out and get a disc player that played UK disc just for that because I couldn't get the disc in America. Get rid of the region lock if they're going away. You know what I'm saying? That's not hard. They're not going to be around soon anyway. You can get rid of all the discs that are still out there in the world floating.
Are they still using NTSC and PAL formats across Europe? And
yes.
Really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Even
you
though
think
it's
that should have
digital?
been abolished by now, right, Cole?
Yeah. I mean, I used to be in that industry way back in the day. Really?
Yeah, they still encode them that way, dude. Region 1, 2. I don't know why they backwards, but 4 then 3. I don't know why they got it backwards like that when you look for the region.
Listen, as an avid movie buyer for hard, physical copies, they still trying to push that. They still trying to push that now with movies.
You would love Region Unlock, wouldn't you, Lemon?
No, I have an Apple, and I got a Panasonic UBP 9000 Blu-ray player.
Yeah, but is it region locked or unlocked?
Apples are not region locked.
Okay.
They're region free. So Scrub, talk to me. Next Xbox software. What would you like? What would you think? The vision. Talk to me.
For the next Xbox, I just want it to be priced well to get people in the ecosystem. Just like me and a lot of people, there's more people are starting to move closer and closer to being PC. You got all these different platforms, like they said, everything's in Xbox now. So there's so many different ways people to play. But there are people who want to be able to press a button, your game comes on, you play on your console, you have nothing else to fool with. It's so easy to deal with instead of going through, like we've talked about with PC, how you can customize it. It's kind of like Apple versus Android. Okay, then as much freedom and how easy it is for Android, what do most people want? They want Apple. They don't have to think about it.
Speak for yourself.
It's true. In America, most people, they're Apple users, even though, a lot of stuff comes back for it, just kind of like console and PC. Your console, your CPUs and GPU, all on the system on the chip versus everything you can do with a PC, you're always going to be behind. Even with the newer stuff, console is going to be always behind on that stuff. So if they just get a decent price point, don't try to chase what you're seeing PlayStation put out with their things and just say, oh, that's the new norm, because you're going to alienate some people. But the good thing with Xbox is if you alienate them from console and they go to PC, hey, you can still got Game Pass or different things of that nature. I would like it not to be more than $550, but you never know. As far as the software, I really don't care about the software. because we have seen with Xbox One X, with the series consoles, most developers aren't maxing out these consoles to the highest standard until the generation's almost over. So it's going to have enough to make great games. It's going to be on the developers to put out something to max it out to make it look great. So they're going to have enough, hopefully, for what they want. I really don't care. I plan to build PC for this next generation and have the probably console too. So I'm excited to see what's going to be.
All right, well, I'm gonna go since Super G's not here. Let me say this, man.
Yeah.
Having a ROG ally, I'm gonna tell you what they got working for them. And every company that has these handhelds, right? They have the same type of thing. They got their own launcher that brings all the games in, that brings all the situations in one ecosystem. I think that's what Microsoft need to do, because you really can't change Windows just for gaming, because it's too large. It's a universal operating system across multiple things. I was at my doctor, and the damn, you heard the Windows, that symbol that comes on when you get messages. I was like, damn, everybody got Windows, so you can't really alienate it for Xbox. But what you can do is add a section like an armory crate that is dedicated for gaming, to make it a universal situation for the gaming side, because they can't really change Windows for gaming. It just can't. It's too large.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can make an app or armory crate, Luigi Go has one. It's terrible. I really think armory crate is the best, right, out of all of them. Steam had to make a Linux version of Steam OS, which is still a Windows operating system. When Steam came out, it was regular Steam. Everything was point and click. And then they made a big picture mode after the 360, because they wanted a console-like experience.
I hate big picture mode.
Why?
It's simple. I'd rather scroll down to my game that I got loaded, pick it, and keep going.
You can't read that small print.
Wow.
Really?
Wow, we went right back to that.
I mean, wow. I got on bifocals, so I can't talk too much.
They say not thick like Coca-Cola glasses back in the day, Coca-Cola bottles.
Yeah.
They're a little better. But I'm saying
and I
like big picture. The best thing about big picture is it works well with a controller. Just like Armory Crate. Armory Crate works well with a controller.
Yeah.
It just does. So I think they need to add something of that nature to Windows that's going to be seamless. Because recently, one of the guys retired from my job, and he's a PlayStation guy, and he kept saying, "Lim, I want one of these handhelds." And I said, "Get the ROG Ally X." And he got into it, and there was a lot of things still difficult for him. Just the basic stuff of, doing patches. He just didn't get it. He didn't know where he put the games at, and just multitude of things. And he gave it to me to upgrade it to SSD to 4 terabytes. But it's still, me being a tech guy that I am, or we having that knowledge, to see somebody struggle that's coming from a console, you still say, yeah, it's not as easy as we make it to be, because we understand all that stuff. He's a novice.
Right.
Get away from there, for that stove burn you. I got a Shih Tzu that is greedy.
Oh,
yeah,
just open the stuff. Just open the oven. And he just keeps going by the steak. That steak is gonna get you burnt.
And the console option will always be there for a while. For right now,
right?
Yeah.
They have to have. I don't want them to change Windows, but I do want them to add something that makes it universal for everybody. Like, because we all know Xbox, the Series X and Series S, that's a Windows kernel. It's built off of Windows. So they need to do something like that on the handheld side. Now, in terms of price, I'm not taking it where Colt taking it. It got to be like $500. 8.
How? I mean, how is it going to be capable? It's got to have a battery, a screen, controller.
I mean,
you know why it can be like that? Because Microsoft makes money on the software. They can drop the price.
But hold on. Let me get to why.
I said that. Now you want me to stop on that one?
No, hold on. But I wasn't finished. Hold on. let me just say this. I think it could be 500, right? Because 2 years from now, the hardware will be better, and it should be cheaper. Because look what the ROG Ally, the Steam Deck, yeah, they $700, $800, but we know the ROG Ally, the new one, I mean, the first one is selling for $549. That is a pretty comparable machine. And that's today. And that's almost 2 years old, right? So I'm just doing that mathematics. So if they come out on cutting edge, you're going to be talking about cold prices.
Yeah.
How many people going to be able to pay that?
Well, I'll give you another reason why I think.
Oh, Cole's going to get the collector's edition version. That's why it's going to be $800.
I don't even know if I'll buy. I'm not sure if I'll buy an Xbox handheld. I've got the ROG Ally, but
I probably won't.
I don't use it as often. Like when I'm going on trips, I can use it, but I don't go on trips very much. And I think that Xbox will probably price their next console and their handheld higher than we expect because they're no longer going to lose money on the console. Because they know they're going to get 20, 30 million people to buy into next generation on their hardware. They don't want to be losing $50 to $100 on every device. Maybe this is also attributed to why they've moved multi-platform quicker because the console is losing them money every time they sell them. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Listen, it's just up in the air. We don't know where they're gonna go with it. I try to look at CES and get some hints of next hardware, and you really didn't get too much out of CES in terms of next hardware for portables. But I am gonna say this:
the robots flipping around.
I have a problem with systems on a chip. I have a problem with that. I think they need to make a separate CPU and a separate GPU with a nice size cache.
You don't think that's going to raise the price even more?
It's an Achilles heel. I'm just saying. It's Achilles heel for console. It's Achilles heel for portables. I don't like it.
Yeah, but it's going to add extra heating zones in the console too.
It doesn't matter. Then you put better cooling. But I'm talking about this is the problem with consoles now. First of all, AMD, they make both PlayStation and Xbox consoles. They don't really deviate from what they're really doing between each other. Microsoft may pay a little bit more money for a little bit more horsepower, but it's basically the same generation. And I don't like that. I think NVIDIA should get in the mix, even though backwards compatibility might be jeopardized. But I think they should get in the mix and challenge AMD on that space. That's just what I feel. That don't make me right.
NVIDIA
that's really
can
my
make
feeling.
games on 86 architecture.
Yep.
They do that too, so they wouldn't have a problem crossing those games over. It's just the GPU thing that's the issue. You know,
these SoCs is there's a limit.
That's why you just make a licensed PC. That is just a pre-built licensed PC. You slap Xbox on the front of it.
Oh, like Steam machines. You see how that worked out,
right? And they'll make it.
I'm just saying.
And Steam is the biggest platform on the planet, but that didn't work.
The Microsoft's architecture. They'll do it to work with Microsoft architecture. It'll be built in to the programming that goes into the system to work with the GPU and the CPU. That's not hard. It's just the problem with Intel is they have never really made a chip except for the Tegra that goes in the first generation of Nintendo. They have a problem with small.
The Tegra is NVIDIA, son.
And NVIDIA. That's what I'm talking about. No.
Most PCs are pre-built as well. So.
I'm talking about. You do this to me all the time, but he knows.
No, you said Intel. So when you said Tegra, I'm like, wait a minute.
Intel has a problem with smaller chipsets. That's their problem. If they could get to the point where they can make the die smaller, that would work in a handheld, then that could work. But they've never been known to really do that.
Who has it been?
Intel.
Oh, Intel. Yeah, they're just getting started. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Nvidia and AMD are doing it. Yeah, I mean,
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I got an i9. I don't have no problems. I'm just
that's a
the
different
SoC.
That's a
The SoC setup is a good setup. You know, the problem is the affordability of a console is what holds back that SoC,
Yes.
not the hardware.
Yep.
So
I mean, yes, it is. It is.
because like you have the ROG Ally X, which is the newest one that's really powerful, right? They went
No,
for a
it's
really
it's
great.
really they just tuned it. It's not. It's still a Z1 Extreme.
Oh, okay. They
They
clocked
put
it.
24 gigs of RAM, right? They put 24 gigs of RAM where you had to allocate 2, 4, 6, and 8 to the GPU and the CPU to share. Now you could just have an 8 dedicated and keep 16 for the hardware.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all they really did.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
what they really did.
if
a couple
Xbox decides
changes.
we'll make
It's
this
not
thing a
hard,
little more
'cause
pricey
Microsoft
and make sure
and
we're in
Intel
profit
work
margin.
good together though. They've never had a problem. They just can't
Yeah.
get a die set to work on those boards that's small enough to give it to the power that they need. Now, if they concentrate on that, then that would change the game. And the price point has to be right because you know Intel's not really that cheap.
Why do you keep saying Intel? These are AMD devices.
But you're talking about AMD. I'm talking about go to an Intel
That's
chipset.
no, but listen, but that's who's making the hardware. That's why I said that's the problem.
AMD
That's
is
the problem.
Right.
Because
you know
AMD
I'm
is making
saying that.
both of these systems.
But Intel is a different chipset. Intel and AMD are two different chip makers.
But I'm gonna say this, even though I have an
Intel has
i9, right?
always had a problem with making the die small enough that it would work in these devices on consoles. And they have a problem with cost because Intel has a problem with their cost management as far as these things. But Intel is still really powerful, really, really powerful CPUs. Seriously.
But AMD gives you more bang for buck with their CPUs.
They give you
Yes.
that.
Even though I don't use
But
them.
then you got, but then you have to have a problem with the closing. How many channels can you run it through? You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, Intel has better, smoother channels. Just like you got an i9, that's better, smoother channels.
Yeah, but it
than
cost
you
me an
would
arm and a leg.
Yeah.
And most people don't buy that.
Thank you.
But anyway, let's move on. I want to talk about this. This is what's crazy. Sony has made a lot of investments in studios, and we all know about the Bungie acquisition.
I'm not talking about this because I'll talk crap.
Okay, so it's okay. Colt, we're gonna go to you first. Destiny 2 lost 90% of their Steam players in the last 7 months. Now, we've seen this when Sony picked up studios. It's like, I don't know if people lose interest, they lose faith. What do you get from this? And Destiny has had a ton of DLC. What is going on?
I mean, surprised people are still playing that game after this long. I didn't.
Damn.
I mean,
wow, that's something I would have said, Colt. Thank you. You saved me, bro.
Damn.
Damn.
I mean, I don't even know why people went to Destiny 2, but I mean, I'll just be candid. I played 80 hours of Destiny 1, and then I got into like the end game. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. You wasted my time. I'm out of here. I get more gear. I get more compelling gear in 7 minutes playing Borderlands than I did in my whole time playing Destiny. People were freaking grinding for the, what was it called? The Gallifant or the Galliant or whatever the hell it was called. Like what? I was like, my buddies were like, what are you guys doing? I've moved on to 18 games. I've had the time of my life. And you're still trying. What's the name of that bazooka? What was it called? Gallic.
I think I know.
Yeah, the one that had the dragon on it was gold
I don't
and
give
white.
a flying fudge. Everybody had 1,000 hours in there. And so I'm redoing the raid over and over trying to get the Gallahorn. That's what it was. I'm like, you need to Gallahorn yourself out of that game. And you're missing out on some good stuff. Okay, now
I thought you was going to be the voice of reason. I thought you was going to be the voice of reason, Colt.
The glam or whatever they
Damn.
Steve goes like the disrespect. Yeah, I know. I'm just. So back then, my friends
It's
were like
true.
so hooked on Destiny, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying the game, but I've moved on. But anyway, Bungie had some really bad will toward their fans, and I follow Paul Tassi and Destin Legary, who were playing the game religiously, and they were really upset. Like, the community's really upset with the content and the way they were changing things and nerfing stuff. So I'd seen it coming for a while, and I in the background, I don't say this to people, because when people are enjoying a game, I'm happy for them. I don't care.
Right, you don't want to ruin it for them.
Like, let's let them stay in your own lane. But
right,
there was problems with Destiny and PlayStation, sometimes Xbox, sometimes PlayStation. They doom their own stuff, and ever since I realized that Bungie was the problem all along. It wasn't Activision.
Yes,
it wasn't PlayStation.
It wasn't
Bungie
Microsoft
has
either.
Their own problems, and no matter where they moved, their problems went with them, because they were the issue. So, Bungie.
That's how I felt like the guy who
battle.
played Superman.
Yeah,
Henry Cavill. He's a problem. Everywhere he go, there's a problem. Messed up our Superman.
No,
dreams.
it's when he leaves that's the problem. That's what happens. Come on, man. He was great in Man of Steel, and he was great as Geralt. And then when he left,
and he has a problem with Geralt too. Talking about, because he's a gamer, I don't like the way the story's going, and I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, he was saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I was just like,
I mean,
he's come on, bro.
He's deep
Do your
into them
job.
games though too.
Yeah, I
so
know. So are we.
that's
But
what-
goddamn, he was doing
That's
a
what
great
makes
job.
it harder. When listen. He is just like if you took the biggest Twitter troll voice who knows everything about a game, but he's also an actor and he has chances to put input in what he's acting. So he's like, well, actually, in this game, such and such does this,
Right,
and then
right.
you
That's
give
what he
him
was
the
doing.
power to get it. And then if somebody who's never played the game before or read the books are like, no, we want to do it this way, you're going to clash head. It's just like somebody who watches the movies only versus I read all the books. And it just came to real life clashing head. Ugh. I think a big part of this thing with Bungie is it was coming. You could see it along, especially when they went to Destiny 2, where if you didn't play every little piece of DLC, every little part that they dropped every couple of months, you were totally behind and lost, and you could not go back. When if you said, hey, I want Destiny 2 and I want to buy all the DLCs, and you couldn't go back and play through each one of them, when they stopped doing that, you're just going to keep a whole bunch of people who want to play the game, throw them out. Oh, I lose all this storyline. I got some friend who's the biggest nerd telling me about, oh, you got to remember this happened and when this happened and when this happened. Oh, you missed it when it was this. Oh, you want to do a raid with us? We have to, like Cole said, we got to do it 100 times to get that. You wear people out. When you get into the Crucible, just like you see it with Call of Duty Warzone when we talking earlier, and you got all these cheaters in the Crucible. Crucible was perfect when it first came out, and it got destroyed by all the cheaters. Over time, people are like, wow, this is dragging on and on and on. This was supposed to be a 10-year project, and all of a sudden, one of the few games that ever actually made their 10-year plan, that they said, we're going to keep this game going for 10 years. And it's just like Lost. The TV show Lost. It was supposed to be 17 episodes. It got so popular, they made it 1,500 years seasons, and it just got weird and crazy, and everybody stopped watching. This is what you got. And it's sad to see. I don't want to see them get absorbed one, but it's like what y'all been doing lately. You have just worn your audience base out long time ago. You're griefing them, and then everything you're paying for everything. Oh,
okay. I just want to say this. I want to say this.
What's up?
The Iron Lords are turning over in their graves right now.
This is true. This is true. But when it's slander, that means you're saying something that is, I'm saying something to degrade. I'm saying everything I'm saying is true. I'm not saying nothing's bad about them as far as a game. The gameplay is fun until it starts to be a grind. Some people like the grind.
Griff
Some
was
people are
good.
masochists. Some people are masochists. They love it.
Let me shout the chat out, man. Shout out to everybody that's pulled up, man. We got 200 people across 5 different platforms. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much. We've been on fire with the attendance. It's crazy. Small channel, always say we try to do big things and give you great content. With that being said, Super G's still not back. I don't like to see no game doing bad.
Right.
We just got recent news of Transformer game getting canceled.
Come on.
All these layoffs. Yo, listen, man. As Coda tell you, a lot of these people, we know some of these people getting laid off, and it's not a good situation, man. So I don't like to hear things like this because it's like Firewalk Studios. They did Concord. I like Concord. Of course it needed some work. But it wasn't the game that the community bashed about, right? Because I think we're in a situation that people criticize too much. Even when they see a trailer, they go on fire with the disrespect. And you got to realize these are people work. And I'm not the huge Destiny fan I used to be. I think in Crucible, I got more legendary weapons than I played when I did all this grinding for like the Galhorn.
That was the only game I know that got your ass off of Call of Duty, Lemon.
Yeah, right. At the time. But then
the Crucible was awesome at first.
I played Crucible all the time. And people kept saying, how you get that? I was playing Crucible. They took that out. And they started segregating their players. And that's what I think the downfall was. I don't want to play a game 100 times to get one item. Do you really feel rewarded after that much playing to get one item?
Yeah, then they put it in the little store on the side where you had to go talk to a lady and then do a super hard mission to get that same weapon that you worked all your time for in the game and certain things. You know what I'm saying? And they nerfed it. They took it to another mission where you had to have this amount of glam, this amount of coins or whatever to finally get the weapon instead of having it gifted to you when you reach that certain point.
Shout out to KY just pulled up. Shout out to you, bro. Listen, man, I don't like the way they try to manipulate us as gamers to do what they want us to do. Just let us play the game. You get rewards on all aspects. You don't have to do these damn near impossible raids. Because first of all, I do 170 hours every 2 weeks. I don't have time to get together with my friends at a different schedule. We all got different schedules. We just can't get together and play like we ain't got jobs. Or we ain't got shit to do. It's just like, so now I gotta say, okay, on Friday, I gotta make sure Cognito, Back from the Dead, they all get off the same time to do these raids to get one item.
It's called cognitive bias. That's what it's called.
Nah.
You have to justify your purchase. You have to keep on grinding because if you don't grind to get that, you realize I've put all this time, all this money and effort for nothing. So you have to keep doing it. It's in all games. It's in Call of Duty. It's in it's Warzone. All of it. It's in Destiny. I mean, when I got the free game Anthem that I purchased the deluxe edition through EA Play, I'm like, why are you even giving that away? Nobody's playing it, but you have to justify that. I mean, Destiny is the biggest justification because not even counting 2, Destiny 1, when there was no content, that's all you did for almost the whole first year, almost 2 years of Destiny 1 was doing the same mission over. You go fly back out into the universe, get back in your thing, go right back to the planet and do it over and over and over again.
Right.
So, I mean,
this is what I hate about that stuff right now. I'm like, you grind, and then you finally get there, and then they give it away free to somebody. They give it away free to the community. I hate that more than anything. A few months later,
that's a drop for the new DLC.
Yep. I hate that.
Well, you know what? That's something called you want to be first. Right? We all go out here. I used to be that guy. I didn't like Game Pass because I buy everything first party anyway, day one.
Dude,
until they announced day and date in 2018. That's when I jumped on
Day
Game
and
Pass.
date, made it a
2017. I was like,
that
I
in
don't
Project
care.
Gotham Racing, where you worked hard for that TVR, right? And this was on the OG Xbox. And then when you get the Paris pack, they gave people the car. I'm like, I worked my butt off for this damn car. And when you bought the Paris DLC for Project Gotham,
You said I was bamboozled.
Come on, man. What kind of crap was that?
Listen, man, let's
nice, but still, you know what I'm saying?
let's move on, man. We got to move on. Colt, thank you for staying this long. I don't know how long is your X and NC?
2 hours. I gotta
And-
end right at 2 hours because middle-aged game guy has to go to little Betty Pie. He used to
Oh.
go sleepy.
He's like my boy, my other homie from 4GQ.
Hey, Cat,
At 9 o'clock, I'm going to bed.
Hey, Coach, it's either that or he'll be in one of them moods where, I can keep on talking. I'm not tired.
Shout out to Mag, man. Shout out to Mag. That's my guy, man.
Yeah.
That guy's a funny
Mag's
dude.
awesome.
I love Mag.
Mag does like a full
Yeah.
workout before the show too, so he's all amped up, and then in about an hour and a half in, he's like,
He should have come in there on steroids.
That pre-workout starts to wear off. Yeah.
Ooh, Mag is crazy. I love Mag, dude. Shout out to Mag, man.
Mag can talk a mile in a minute.
He's good people. He's good people.
yeah, and
Now-
he's had to take a lot of crap this past year,
For
because
his
he also
PlayStation
likes
comments.
PlayStation, and he was expecting Xbox games to go to PlayStation, and we tried to kind of like explain it to people, but yeah, he's awesome, love him, and he started his own channel, so he's kind of reporting on the news too.
Yes, I'm gonna definitely support him with that, and I tell him it's about time because I think me and him is the only two really doing all these skits on TikTok and these characters, and
There ain't
I
gonna
love
be
doing
no
it.
TikTok at the end of the month.
Yo, you're a hater.
I don't think.
Yo,
it's
look,
I don't
you
think
know
it's
what's
going
crazy?
anywhere.
It ain't going nowhere.
Me and Colt really started going hard. Like I've just recently got the permission to stream on TikTok. Shout out to my TikTok people that's out there, 30
I'm
people
sorry,
watching.
TikTok. I'm so sorry.
What's crazy, I said, yo, when I finally get the opportunity to stream Dragon's Den, y'all gonna go away? God damn! Shout out to Restream for giving me that ability.
Let me say,
Listen,
that's the kind of shit that would only happen to me, right?
it's like Colt started it. I follow Colt over there. It takes work to do all these platforms, and he's doing his, the short content. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and now you did all that. Now they might be gone. It's
I
like,
know.
what?
Yeah,
What?
I got 800, almost 900 followers on TikTok in a month, and I'm like, okay, I might be able to do this.
Right,
And then
right.
they're talking about shutting it down, but it's so
On the
weird.
19th.
I
So
don't think
weird
it's gonna
that-
happen.
I don't think. I think it's just a bunch of bull. It's probably some
No.
other political
It's
grandstand that
politics.
they're
It's politics.
pushing.
It's
It's
political.
politics.
It's all
It's China.
political,
It's
dude.
China versus America. We know what
Yep.
it is.
Yeah.
That's
How you
exactly
gonna
what it
tell
is.
Another company in another country, you got to sell it to one of our companies in our countries, or we're
Yeah,
gonna
because
kick you out.
the United
It's-
States wants some of that money. I ain't mad at them.
That's all it is. It's about
I'm
the
not
money,
mad. I'm not mad
Lebowski.
at them for that.
It's all about the
everybody,
money.
Everybody
they
come
wanna
here.
get
You
the- they
gotta
wanna get-
sharing
they
is
wanna get-
caring.
They want to get the Chinese government control of TikTok out of it. That's what
Yeah,
they
that's
wanna-
what they want. That's what they want. But anyway, let's move on. Now, I think this is crazy. I don't really like to do the slander, but these are the facts.
Ooh, you said slander?
What?
Where we going?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, this will be taking it. Why we got a Sony movie roadmap more than we got a Sony video game roadmap? Yo, Colt, let's go there. let's get right to the point.
Well,
What the-
their franchise.
What are they doing?
For this one.
Their franchises are surviving. Heaven help me understand why they think Horizon is supposed to be like the next big thing. I don't think it is.
There's one person that believes that.
Herman Holst. He's propping up
That's the
this
only
thing right from his
person.
own. He's like, oh, I'm the head of I'm the head.
TV, Steve
Yeah.
Biko.
Hey, everyone's eating lasagna. Everyone's eating lasagna tonight because that's my favorite food.
Mm-hmm.
Only Pepsi here because I like Pepsi. And we're gonna make a Horizon Lego game, and we're gonna make a movie, and we're gonna remaster the remaster and the remake of the remaster. And that's what they're doing. PlayStation knows that if you can have a successful show, that you can get people to buy more of your games, and it's worked for Fallout. Yeah, I mean, That's what they're going to do. But it's funny that their roadmap, they have more shows than they do first-party games because they only have their published Death Stranding 2, Sex on the Beach. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. And because I think On the Beach is such
that was the first version. That was the first version of Pisser. You got babies in P. Yeah, Death Stranding 1. That was baby was in P.
Oh,
that was. I was like, why would y'all say that?
Why
would y'all say that? I was like, what?
It wasn't P.
What? Anyway, continue.
Right.
Cole. I'm sorry.
Amniotic fluid. That's what it was, right?
It ain't that color.
He did make bombs out of his pee and poo, but it's
Yeah,
they're gonna do TV shows because they don't have a big. This is gonna be a light year for them, even though Ghost of Yotei will be pretty good.
Is it coming out this year?
Yeah, they said it's coming out this year. I think they probably. I mean, these sequels are easier to make than other games, so I think if they say 2025, Ghost of Yotei is coming out at the end of the year. And then they're not making Death Stranding 2, but they're publishing it, and which is weird because Kojima owns the trademark and the franchise now, and has always, I think. But anyway,
no. He just bought it back or something like that.
He bought it back, yeah. So it's weird that they're still going to honor
that is republished,
exclusivity.
Right?
Yeah,
right.
They're still going to honor it.
A little weird,
but Kojima
I don't like the game's
on
famous or nothing.
As soon as possible.
Yeah, it'll probably be on PC Game Pass quick though.
Here's the thing. Let me say this because I have to go soon. Let me say this: if Xbox didn't matter, if Xbox was dead, if Xbox was a platform that's dying and has to get their games to PlayStation because they're going to die if they don't, why are big heavy hitters like Square Enix going, we're no longer going to do exclusives. We want to sell our games on Xbox. Kojima wants his games on Xbox. The cognitive dissonance of these fanboys that we have to listen to every single day that are telling you that Xbox, there's no reason to buy an Xbox. There never was any reason to buy an Xbox.
Wait, so you're not a fan of Piece of Face guy?
Of what?
Oh God.
He's a nice guy, but he's just speaking in hyperbole.
It's an absolute. Today we're going to talk about Xbox. Today we're going to talk about.
You got to show the
controller. I have an Xbox. I'm going to talk about what Phil Spencer is doing. Bill Gates has no idea how to run
Xbox is dead.
Console.
I love it when people are like, "You're just a Bill Gates lover." I'm like, Bill Gates has been gone for a decade. Where have you been? It should tell you all you need to know when a big company like Square says we need our games on Xbox. We're getting
somebody got to clip that.
Yeah. Make that a short.
Will. Yeah.
But
I needed that. Thank you, Cole.
I don't know. I think
then you're gonna be like, I really said that.
the future of exclusives is going away, and everybody is saying it except for the fanboys. And PlayStation will never put their games on Xbox, but what do you guys think about them trying to sell Horizon Lego on Xbox? What do you think about that?
I'm gonna say this. We're old school. We're old school, right? We're old school. We come from an era where games had an identity because of the consoles in the company.
Mm-hmm.
I said this last night. I've been saying it for a minute now. I don't think games like Spider-Man, Batman, Indiana Jones should be exclusive to no goddamn console because those are fan favorites across generations of people. Period. I don't feel like that. I think Halos, Gears, Last of Us, Mario's, they should be on the console that the company that makes it.
The legacy.
Period.
Oh, okay.
Right. Because that's an identity. I'm a Halo guy. I'm also a Gears of War guy. I do not want to see Gears on no other system. I'm also God of War guy. I don't want that on Xbox. I don't buy all these consoles. I don't buy all these consoles to be kumbayaing. And I'm not talking about console one because I really don't care. When I started my channel, I was told by a couple of my friends, you got to pick a side. I said, I ain't got to pick shit. Because I buy everything. Day one, I buy everything. Everybody can't do that.
Same.
It's not a cap. This is what it is.
I
You
hate
don't
it
have
when
to
people
like
say,
what
I'm
I'm saying.
switching to this.
Don't tell me I have to do anything. I'm grown. If you want to make a choice and you want to start a podcast or you want to do content, I cover everything. But I keep it real here. I talk the facts and I say what it is. I don't bash anybody, but listen, we talking about why they got a roadmap for movies and not games. Facts. You could be mad at me for saying it, but who you really mad at? So I think certain games shouldn't be on other platforms. I'm sorry. Now, Sega went complete third party, put your games everywhere. I don't care. You no longer have a console. But I do not want to buy Mario Sunshine on a goddamn Xbox. No. So why am I buying a Nintendo Switch for? Why? God of War. That's my favorite game on PlayStation is God of War.
1, 2, and 3. The first 3,
listen,
the greatest ones.
All of them. I love all of them. Except that something on the PSP
I know which
that
one
was
you're
crazy.
talking about.
But what I'm saying is, Colt, when do we separate? Where are we going with this? Now, you got to look at it like this also. Microsoft is making the biggest purchases in video game history. The biggest entertainment purchases in history.
They own
People
one of
thought
the
they was
oldest
crazy.
studios in
People
video
thought they
game
was
history.
crazy for purchasing Minecraft for $2 billion.
Yeah.
Mojang, right?
Yeah.
But do you make a purchase like that and say, oh, we're gonna put it on our console only? That ain't how you make money. That's a money-making company. They're a money machine. So if you got games like Doom, you don't remove that from other places. You got games like Call of Duty. They lose by removing it off PlayStation.
Right.
Let
It's
them
just
pay the
unfortunate that Phil
$75.
said this is about platforms. This is about exclusive games where Game Pass exists, you know.
Right.
When he said that about Bethesda, so you're thinking, oh, the next Fallout, the next Doom, the next Elder Scrolls are going to be exclusive. And he said legacy titles that are already there would stay, like the remasters and stuff. But
right.
I mean, they went back on that, but I've never really thought about if your home studio makes the franchise, it should remain there. But, you know, everyone's like, oh, Xbox should make a Batman game or a DC game and make it exclusive. It would be cool, but only for one thing, for bragging rights.
It wouldn't be
Right, right,
Like it's
right.
so
Those
played out. And if you're 30, 40 some years old and you're hoping on the bragging rights, and I've been there. I was telling everybody over and over, I would play that Sarah Bond clip. Like I would just throw it in people's faces. And yes, it's exclusive. And yes, it's exclusive. And yes, it's exclusive.
Right.
That's like
I'm sorry.
I just want
sorry to say this.
Microsoft to be upfront, right?
Listen, real quick, but
go ahead.
Fable is a legacy title. It's only been on Xbox.
Yeah, true.
I do not see that if they keeping their legacy titles where they are, made by their studios, that if I'm right, that should stay Xbox. That's your title, your game you created.
It's an original IP.
It's an original IP. It's a legacy
Right.
title. Keep it where it's at.
And I wholeheartedly feel that because, like I said last night on Wiseau Gamer Show, if they just gonna put games everywhere and the exclusivity is going to the dogs, right? Y'all get together and make one system then.
Yeah.
So I don't gotta buy because I bought the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 2 days apart. That's $1,000 with no games.
Yeah.
No, you listen. Why am I doing that if y'all just gonna start kumbayaing? Because I come from the era of Sega throwing Nintendos out the window. Sega does when Nintendo don't. Throwing skyscrapers in Manhattan, crashing to the ground, of competition, of competitiveness. That's where I come from. So at first I had to make an adjustment. Shout out to Tim Dog, man. Even though he had a mental breakdown, but
You got to feel for that too.
some people took this whole we're putting our games other places where it didn't need to go. But they also are making purchases bigger than any other company in the world. You cannot get that money back with your Xboxes. You're never going to beat PlayStation in terms of console sales because of PlayStation's history. It ain't like they can't celebrate, oh, we're selling 5 million Final Fantasy 7s, because they're not. They can't celebrate Spider-Man jumping off the fences, because they're not, right? They're struggling with game sales. They're selling consoles because it's a household name, PlayStation. But people are not buying games. People are playing Fortnite.
It's going to be clipped. Can I
listen,
start some clippable slander?
But it's
the
the facts.
I want to start
It's the truth. I'm not slandering.
I'm not. No. Let me do this.
Go ahead. I said go ahead.
So, Microsoft, Sony is pretty much having a problem with a lot of their division. You see, they're devoting themselves to mostly all movies and shows now, and you're not seeing really games coming out anytime soon, or you haven't got any notifications on any games that you'd be interested in anytime soon, except for some third parties. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave it alone. Microsoft could buy the Sony gaming division with all that, and it won't even scratch them. So if they decide to say, look, Sony, we know you're struggling, and we know you're trying to do other things, we'll just buy your whole gaming PlayStation division from you, and we'll integrate it with us over time.
I want what you smoking. Because we know that ain't happening. We're going to knock that out the way.
But do you think that would put a dent in Microsoft pockets if they said, look, we just...
Well, of course it wouldn't hurt Microsoft pockets.
It would kill the industry.
Yes.
That wouldn't, yeah.
Well, what do they think? What do they think Xbox going away would do? It would kill the industry. So I don't know.
First of all, if you listen to people that say that, you're wasting your time.
Oh, I know.
That's not the people with sense. It's like listen, you got to change with the times, right? It's like what I said on Wiseau Gaming Show. We're in a digital era.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody bought physical copies. You didn't see Eminem bragging I sold 10 million records on his record. He said I streamed 200 million streams. That's digital. We have to change.
Yeah.
It is not the era that we grew up in. It's just not.
Correct.
If you can't move with the times, you're going to get left behind.
It's like what I told you a long time ago, Lemon. Every 10 years, except for the Atari time, games were still in the same configuration almost with little iteration. But after the 1990s, every 10 years, there has been an upgrade for gaming. Every 10 years. Now Microsoft is in that next 10-year cycle after the last one. So now they're moving, and they're moving so far ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's scaring people. I'm not scared. I've moved with every iteration of gaming.
But we lived it. We lived it.
Yeah, people are scared of it. Old timers, we're used to that. Every 10 years they change. In 2030,
hold on.
They're gonna in 2030, there's gonna be a start of a new innovation that people are gonna complain about. It's just weird. And we never complained like that back then, Lemon. Did we complain like that, or we just roll with the times? That's all we
First
did.
of all, we came from the era where we looked on the back of the box to see if the game was good.
We looked at a picture. We based our reasons on a picture.
On a picture and a couple descriptions.
We read the manual for the game back then. That's what we did.
Yeah, that too. But go ahead, Scrub. Before we go, I want to get to this last topic before Cole has to leave.
Yeah,
here's the thing. We have one thing. We have to check our own privilege and our own thoughts, because the gaming community is not catered toward 40 and 50-year-old men, really not even 30-year-old men, women, however you want to look at it. It is to a younger generation that grew up on iPads and all of that and going through streaming. So that's one thing why everything has to change. But also, more companies, when you're seeing these layoffs and mergers, these companies are realizing how much gaming can make. And now it's all about spreadsheets and share prices. That's the reason why you guys. That's the reason why you got Square. When all these other games came out before, they weren't coming out saying, "Oh, now all of a sudden every game it didn't meet our expectations, and they want to shut down the game." All this time they want all these Final Fantasies exclusive to PlayStation. Same thing with Xbox. Oh, we're only going to put these games. They see how much money they make. Oh, let's put it in there, because Satya and Microsoft as a whole start realizing, oh, we can make money. And they're not looking at these bigger companies, not looking at it from a person who has a controller in their hand, how they want to think about it. They're looking at how we can further push our money and how we can make year over year.
Facts.
The only way you can make more money year over year, to make more money year over year, is expand your fan base, expand the eyes and hands that can get to your product. So we're going to that way, whether we want to or not. It's been shown that's the way. Like Lemon said, especially if you're buying stuff like a Minecraft, which is everywhere all anyway.
Facts.
You're buying
Facts.
an Activision that has and King, and then you have something like Call of Duty that's everywhere. The only way to increase that fan base is keep it where if you cut it to one platform, look at all the loss. They're gaining money. They gained back their money from their Bethesda buy already. They've gained back the money from Mojang already. So that's the only way. We're in a new times, and if we're an older generation like we are, we're ancient really as far as gaming. The only way you're going to have fun is move with the times. If you're saying they have to have this or be happy, these companies aren't even paying attention to us as far as our demographic, because that's not where the money lies.
This is my last thing I'm saying. Until somebody could stay number one on the charts for over 10 years like Minecraft has, ain't nobody beating that. Number one every time.
Listen, Minecraft, GTA,
right,
and Fortnite.
No, Minecraft still holds better than GTA.
I just talked about this with Gaz on his show earlier today. He looked at the top 20 sold games on PlayStation, and it's Call of Duty and Minecraft, Fortnite, NBA 2K, GTA 5 every month. And
every month.
And when PlayStation has like Spider-Man 2, like they'll dominate that chart for a little bit. And then it's
only when it comes out.
And so everyone's like,
goes back to normal.
Look at us. Our console's winning. We're outselling your console every month. The PlayStation's soaring past the Xbox console, but Xbox is sitting there going, we're pulling in money every week on your console, selling our games. Minecraft.
This is the whole thing. This is the whole thing I'm saying with the whole putting your games everywhere stuff. Listen, man, they're the first company to ever do this type of stuff. So things have to change. They cannot follow the same format of you spend $300 million. That's different. But you spending $69.7 billion. That is crazy. People thought Bethesda at 7 was crazy. Remember that? Yeah. 7. They quadrupled that. So come on.
You know the
get out your feelings
in history.
Get out your feelings and let's keep it pushing.
You know the 2 highest games in history are, and this is crazy to me when I researched it. It's Tetris and Minecraft.
Oh, of course.
And Minecraft. Tetris and Minecraft.
Yeah.
They're some of the oldest, longest. Only
reason I don't really promote Minecraft, Tetris, because the guy who made that game,
the Russian guy,
didn't make $1.
I know, right?
I was playing that on my Game Boy.
It got stolen from him. So I buy Tetris games. I don't talk about it because that's just disrespectful.
Yeah, but I was just putting an example of the two.
Yeah, I got you. But listen, we gotta go.
Nintendo
we gotta move on
and
because
Microsoft. Ain't that funny?
I want to get Colt's points on 2 things. I want to get your points on the Developer Direct coming up, right?
Okay.
And the CES Switch leaks. Now, I call them leaks because Nintendo need to hurry up and just come out because they're giving people specs and not specs for the hardware.
I think we're going to hear about the Switch 2 in a week or so, pretty soon.
They need to because they showed how the controllers go on, and I was like, only thing they're not telling you is how it runs. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get your point on that. And let me say this to people out here. They announced 3 games in a Developer Direct. 3. They announced 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
They said 1 game that's unannounced. Now, I try to share love to many content creators, no matter what side you promote. Stop naming games that they showed. It says an unannounced game. I seen Blade.
Reading
I've
is
seen
fundamental.
Fable. Yo, I was like, they just don't get it.
They can't
unannounced means right. Unannounced is unannounced. Like
1 versus
anyway.
100. You can play today.
So, Colt, direct. How are you feeling about that? Are you going in enthused? Do you think it's just another good, a regular situation? And I want to get your thoughts on this Switch. Anything you want to say about the Switch 2? Talk to me.
All right, let me say the Switch 2 thing because that's quick. Because I won't buy one. It's going to do great. It's going to boost the industry. It's going to sell and outsell, and you won't be able to get it. So it's really going to be healthy for the industry, and I'm excited for
Facts.
Nintendo to find out their moment. Sounds like next week or the week after they're going to announce it. We'll see it, and when it goes on sale, to be like a huge moment for gaming, and they're going to decimate everybody with sales. So good for them. Then the developer direct. I don't need to see any more Doom Dark Ages. I'm good with the minute I saw. It's going to be fun to watch it. I think we're going to get like 10 minutes. So we'll probably get, 5 or 4 actual minutes of gameplay combined. And I don't need to be convinced that Doom Dark Ages looks great. I'd rather just play the game and discover all the weapons and everything. But that's going to be cool. So I don't really need to see Doom Dark Ages. South of Midnight, I'm already convinced. I'm going to play the game. Hopefully it's great.
Yeah,
I already know a lot. Like I like the vibe and the lore and everything. So I guess I'll just get to see more South of Midnight. We've already seen 6 minutes of actual gameplay. That's plenty for me. So I'm not super excited about that. I know that'll be fine. What was the third one? Claire Expedition 33 is a turn-based game. I don't typically play those. So that'll be good for people that really like that. I think we're going to get a final. Square Enix is going to have a moment with Xbox, a partnership there where they're going to show Final Fantasy 16, and they're going to say it's available to buy right now on Xbox. It's not coming to Game Pass, I don't think, according to those rumors. And I think they're also going to tease that later this year you can buy Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and then the year after that you can get Rebirth. I don't care. I don't really like Final Fantasy, but that's going to be really good for those people. I put out a tweet about that saying I can't wait to play this on my Xbox, but it was just a tongue-in-cheek joke because the ponies got so sensitive that I chose to play Death Stranding on my Xbox. It was a phenomenal experience. Better quality DVR, my favorite controller, my achievements, my party chat. Everything is so much better there than playing it on PlayStation. I got a way better experience on Xbox because Xbox is a better console. And so, and Death Stranding actually it performs and looks better on Xbox. That one kind of hurt them. So the latest patch that came to Xbox is better. Unless you have a PS5 Pro, but why'd you buy one of those? You overpaid. So anyway,
protect this man. Protect this man.
So the secret game is something unannounced, so nobody can say I think it's this because it could be anything because it's unannounced. Right. What I do think. I don't think it's an unannounced game from Xbox Game Studios. I think it's just
you think it's third party?
I think it's probably a third party game because they've done a couple of those. So anyway, that's what I think. Cool. I think it should be a pretty good show. I think it'll just be 5. Then you'll get the Final Fantasy segment, Expedition, Doom Dark Ages, South of Midnight, and then the unannounced game, which will come in at the last second. And
yeah, they usually have 6 games they show it.
Yeah, but I think they'll treat Final Fantasy as that box that pops up on screen will be from Square Enix and Final Fantasy.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm getting tired of Square. Even though I have all the Final Fantasies already.
Wishy-washy.
Stop. Oh, we want our games on Xbox, and everybody thought Tokyo Game Show. Everybody thought Gamescom. Stop talking about it. Just do it. Shut your ass up already.
They had to get out from underneath PlayStation. That was the problem. It took a long time.
Right. It had to be something else. But go ahead.
I want to do a surprise. Because Microsoft likes to throw surprises in their little events and stuff like that. In the fall, we are announcing co-op play for Starfield. Oh my God, that would be so huge.
Yeah, you just got moist.
Jeez.
Doing your story in co-op.
He slowly got the word.
Did you see how he listen, anyway.
Can't tell me you cannot tell me that would not be big.
Play.
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
It'd be awesome.
As much as you play Starfield, Scrub, oh yeah.
Yo,
11 days of
Starfield.
Yeah,
Let me
Starfield
tell you
is
why I
awesome.
love Starfield. Besides the terrible animation that Bethesda is known for that we love, with the faces.
Oh, you mean the
need
clutch cargo
to go
talk?
to the ship and collect.
Oh, these people don't know who clutch cargo is. What am I saying?
But the geometry on those ships, when you make a custom ship, if you zoom into them ships and see the pipes and the smoke, and it was crazy.
You see the letterings on the screen.
Yo,
dude,
the
it's so
details,
detailed.
the details in this in the yo, listen, the outfits on the yo, they did a great job.
You see the pimples and the characters, dude. That's what's so funny. You know how hard that is to render with a game that massive? That's tough.
Scrub, talk to me.
No, I
What
don't
you want
know
out the
how
developer
that
direct?
takes, but I hate everybody who goes online and claims they do
And
know.
pretends they do. Right.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
I'm excited for it. The thing I have to look like is said in the chat too. So shout out to y'all who said it before I had a chance to say. We always have to remind ourselves that a lot of these developer directs and other stuff is not for us, for the people who like salivate over every line that gets leaked or gets put on, like, because we're following that all the time. Like I said, if I don't play South by midnight, I'm gonna lose my card, my Southern card.
You have to play it. That's where you come from.
Yeah, I have to play it, and I'm excited to play it, and I don't need.
That's in your backyard.
Yeah, I don't need anything else to let me know that I want to play the game. I will watch it, but it's for the folks who are like, wait, I never heard about this.
Right. It's funny you talk about that. It's playing on the screen right now.
Yes, same with Doom. Doom. Everybody knows about Doom, but there's tons of people that don't know a new Doom game is coming out. So if I ever talk to somebody at work and go, hey man, it doesn't matter what game I say. I could say, hey, screw it, Halo Infinite. They go, wait, they made another Halo game? Last one I played was Halo 3, So there's always going to be people who don't know about the situation that a lot of this is for. I'm excited for them to see it. Like, I don't, I would be lying to you if I had an inkling of what a surprise would be or the unannounced game that's going to come in. I just can't wait to sit and see what's going on. I'd be excited. If you ask me what would be my wish, I would say more Cyberpunk DLC or something like that. But we know that's not happening. Shout out to CD
I just want to
Project
see
Red.
that Doom multiplayer, man. I want to see what that Doom multiplayer gonna be.
It's gonna be Doom, and it's gonna be awesome.
Nobody talks about the multiplayer of Doom, which I always have fun in. I can't wait to see.
I'm a Doom guy, but I don't like the multiplayer.
I don't either, because I
There
already
are certain modes that were good, but certain modes were trash.
Doom to me gives me mild heart palpitations because you have to move so fast to stay alive, to get your kills, to pick up your next thing. And especially now where you can get it in 120 frames, and it's just like overload after a while. And this is the person who plays Call of Duty, so
yeah, fact.
So
at a high rate level. With aim down sights with no scopes, because he definitely on some speed run.
Oh, game down,
So, all right. So Scrub, talk to me about the Switch 2.
Switch 2.
Look, what do you thought about those leaks, man?
Like Cole said, it'll be something that I will never purchase, but I'm happy for the people. As long as they give them a great screen to catch up with modern handheld games and to be able to play higher than 720, 900p.
I think it'll be a 1080p screen.
Because I think 1080 is perfect because a screen that size, 1080
small,
looks perfect for it. 1080 looks perfect.
No 4K.
Don't need no 4K.
This is a big facts in the room, man. As long as they come with a better multiplayer where you in a number and you can get a name.
It don't matter. Folks gonna buy it. Don't matter. Look at the first Switch. Folks were buying games and didn't even have the dang handheld. There were more version copies of the Mario
Right.
games than handhelds ever purchased.
The
Folks
Zelda
were
game,
buying
yeah,
one
Zelda
and buying another to play on it. So what they put out cardboard and people buy it. It's gonna sell. It's gonna sell. So
Yo, I thought that was crazy.
But the way the handhelds are out now, when the first Switch came out, there wasn't that many handhelds and that much competition. Now you got more competition, and it's going to split. The people who want the high end quality handheld, they're going to stay there. The folks who want just a Nintendo basis to play all their games, they're going to stay there. So you can have different groups and everybody be satisfied. But I think for the Nintendo fan base, you got to have a better screen, a better resolution, and if you're going to have back compat, that's all people really wanted, is to be able to have back compat. You don't lose your library.
That's what I wanted. Right.
Yeah,
Because I'm giving my Switch. I'm giving my
guys.
Switch to back from the dead.
I got a question on the Switch real quick. Could you see
Hold
that
on,
be
you
one
about
of them
to go on the
games
Switch.
that
It's your turn.
No.
It's your turn.
Oh, just the only question.
It's your turn.
Can you see this?
All right, Switch.
This
Listen.
one of that. Oh, let me finish. Can this be one of the consoles that rarely have a line across the building at every store, which hasn't happened lately?
Nope, they won't have a line. You know why? Because they're going to buy it online. People are going to buy it online.
Facts.
It's going to sell out
mailed to
in
the
like
crib.
2 seconds. There won't be a line because it's going to be online. You'll never see.
I think they'll have people lined up outside.
No. You'll never see a line.
I got to read this chat from my man
outside
Yobi. He
ever
said
again.
Nintendo can release a Mario game with Mario butt ass naked on the cover and it'll sell.
Yeah.
Yobi, something wrong with Yobi.
The only way you're going to see a line outside is a Black Friday, and less people are doing that on Black Friday.
Steve Michael said no.
Yeah, but Nintendo
Those days are gone.
Them
Yeah,
days
those days are gone.
That don't mean people still won't do it for the Switch, dude.
Yo, Colt, you made it to the end of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colt did
Hey,
that.
listen,
appreciate it.
we just got to get the senior citizen. We got to get the senior citizen out the way.
Colt, do you think people would line up for the Switch?
Of course they will line up for the Switch.
Well, what the heck is Scribner saying?
What, will they line up outside of a building?
Yeah, outside of a building for a Switch.
I don't know.
If that was their only option, yes, they would.
They don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, I used to cover midnight launches for Call of Duty.
This is not
And
Tickle
then-
Me
Oh,
Elmo.
no, that's not
Yo,
talking
listen,
about
the
Switch.
last Call
I'm
of Duty
talking
I
about
did a
Switch.
midnight launch for. No, hold on. Call of Duty's huge. Let's not do that.
I know.
And then I used to see 600 people on the line, and I used to have many conversations. Now I see like 30 people because everybody's buying digital. But anyway,
And
listen.
they can download it and play right at midnight
Yes,
instead of
right
getting a
at
physical
midnight.
copy, drive
Right.
home, then
Right.
download it, and then play. That's
Right.
dumb. Nobody's doing that anymore.
But do y'all remember y'all know how rabid Nintendo's players are?
But
You
Listen,
think they
listen.
won't line up, dude?
look how
Listen.
long ago it is. Those stores will be getting the second and third amounts of produced switches. The people who get the switches first will all be online, delivered at home. And if they
Listen.
do have it at the store, it's because you're only picking it up, and there won't need to be a line because it's already
Sorry,
purchased.
That means GameStop, you done.
Well, they've
Yo,
been
listen,
done.
let me get to the super chat. Let me get to the super chat before we get to the senior citizen in the building. KY Bob with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you. Greatly appreciated, bro. Those Halo, Gears, God of War, and The Last of Us Cornerstones games will be
just fine as exclusives.
Just fine exclusives.
Thank you.
Id, Bethesda, Infinity Ward, and Treyarch games will not. Ooh, I like that.
That's a
I
deep
can go with
cut.
that. That's a deep cut. But listen, shout out to you, KY. Appreciate that. Greatly appreciated that. Damn, Sir X, man.
I'm done. That's all I wanted to say.
It's tough
about
going to you sometime.
No, I'm done.
Talk to me.
Move on.
Develop it. Ain't no more topics.
Yeah.
Develop a direct in Nintendo Switch. Do you have any input on what you expect? What you thought about the CES? I thought the CES stuff was fine.
Oh yeah, I like CES.
Shout out to the Europeans that was really exposing Nintendo for not giving out no information on Switch 2. But boy, they were so Colt. They were so adamant to show how it works. That video was crystal clear. It wasn't even like a side video, a shot of the handle, a shot of the Joy-Con.
They're like,
They was
oh, it's
this
already
is-
out, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, it's not? Yeah.
I was like, that was bold as hell. But Talk to me, Sir X-Men. You got any inputs on the Switch 2 or the Direct?
As being one of the first people to go to the very first CES at Chicago McCormick Place, what I enjoyed there, yeah, but it was true. It was the first time.
Yeah, facts.
Did you go horse and buggy? Is that how you got there?
Wow.
Did
they mail a stone tablet with it chiseled in? This is the date.
But no, one of the things that I like, and I'm not tripping, it's not about gaming. I like that car that had that helicopter in the back. That was dope. If I was rich and it was legal in the U.S., I'd have one of them. But
what are you talking about?
You talking about the last CES? There was a vehicle that had a
CES that we had.
Oh, I'm like,
a helicopter. Yeah.
Yeah, you asked what I thought about CES. You didn't ask what I thought about what I thought.
I'm talking about the
Sony
Nintendo
car?
Switch leaks.
Yeah, that car. Yeah, that was sick. But Nintendo gonna leak what they leak, man. I mean,
Nintendo didn't leak it. The Europeans leaked it.
Yeah.
Stay on page, old head.
Europeans just doing what they do, dude. They always leaking stuff, though, bro. You already know that.
So you ain't got no anticipation. You wasn't excited. You didn't like what you saw. You didn't see,
until
nothing?
I see it truly announced. And
Right.
Nintendo comes out with specs, and Nintendo comes out with, information that's official. Like I tell all these developers and all these game console manufacturers, until I see it from them, I don't believe nothing, because every time you hear stuff, it's nothing what you thought it was.
Okay, so what's your anticipation for the Direct? The secret game?
I'd be like, since it's next week, pretty much, surprise me. Next 2 weeks, surprise me.
I can go with that. Yo, listen, man, everybody's been amazing. Yo, listen, it's been an amazing show. Colt, thank you. Appreciate you, brother. It's been a long time coming to have you on the show. Of course, everybody in the chat that pulled up, absolutely amazing, man. Yo, without y'all, it couldn't be no us, because we do this in party chats all day, but now, we do it live on each other's channels. So definitely appreciate the community for stepping out. We had a total of 300 across 5 platforms. Listen,
Nice.
work out TikTok, man. Whatever. I like streaming on TikTok. Like, come on, man. Get more people
Get in
involved,
before
man.
it's gone, bro.
Listen, facts, man. But I appreciate everybody. Colt, where can they find you? You don't need no outros, but listen, you never know.
Yeah, you can find me at Colteastwood on YouTube and Twitter. So, yeah, I don't know what's in the near future. Probably some developer direct stuff, and then keep an eye out at the end of next week for my preview of Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm one of those guys that's really looking forward to the game.
Me too.
I think Yasuke looks freaking awesome. Naoe's amazing. I put games before hate.
Yasuke doesn't exist.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Let me know if they add some weight to that big sword that he carries, Colt. You know what I mean? You feel the weight of the sword.
Yeah, it looks awesome. And Assassin's Creed games have been pretty good. Mirage is their lower one, but I expect this one to be pretty good.
Valhalla is a beast.
Yep, I really like it.
Valhalla is a beast.
When I finished it, but then I went back and did the DLC, and I was like, oh, I freaking really like it.
And my favorite is Origins.
Yes,
I love mummies. I love mummies.
Bayek, yeah.
I love Odyssey
Ezio
so
collection,
much.
though,
and
is it?
It's so hard to choose between Origins, because Bayek and Egypt is amazing.
Yeah.
And then Odyssey's
I love
incredible.
the Egypt lore. I love it.
People are like, oh, Assassin's Creed's trash now. I'm like, shut up.
No, yeah. Somebody shut his mic off. Right.
The games have been in the 80s, the mid 80s. Like, that's not trash. But they're really enjoyable. So anyway, I'll be doing that. And I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 right now early. So I need to get back on that. I haven't played anything today. So it's been good to hang out with you guys. And
yeah,
it was our pleasure.
Glad you was here.
Pleasure, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I hung out with you, Colt. It's been a long while.
Yeah, well,
but you old. You last time you hung out with somebody, his name was Jesus.
Come on now.
Air Moses.
Listen, he helped design the first pair of sandals. Listen.
Man, you gotta wait for somebody to come and fix it, smart ass.
All right, Sir Axman, where can they find you, man?
Right now I'm getting ready to watch that Baltimore Steelers game. But other than that,
So
y'all
they gonna find you on the TV?
Excuse me. We do this sometime with each other. This ain't for you, Cole.
I don't do anything with you. That's
Hey,
weird.
scrub nurse. Scrub nurse. But nah, other than that,
What,
I'm
you trying to
like,
show me the arthritis in your finger? What's going on?
nah, next
I
week
can't
will
diagnose it from this far away. I'm sorry.
I actually want to get in there, try to Call of Duty Zombies. And you know me, I'm going to be playing Battlefield. I might do some Battlefield 4 on Monday. But I'm going to play the Battlefield game, yeah.
All right, Scrub, talk to me. Where can they find you, bro?
You can find me on the Twitter Spaces. No, I'm never in the Twitter Spaces, but you can find me on Twitter at Scrub Nurse with the number 3 behind it. Scrub Nurse 3. You know, a lot of y'all find me playing Call of Duty. Just type in Scrub Nurse. I'm gonna pop up somewhere in video game land. And I just appreciate everybody. Shout out to the replay gang who's gonna check this out later. Thank y'all for liking and sharing. Everybody throughout all the different channels from 108 Dragons. We appreciate you. Thank you, Colt, for rocking with us, man. It was a great show. We love watching you and keep up the good work. How you've been growing. Like I remember one of the biggest first episodes that I watched from Colt that really was like I really enjoy what he really put into the episodes. And it was the one when you had Forza Horizon in there and you were showing the difference between FPS. I don't know if I know that's been a while back. I was watching before then, but when I was like, okay, then I said this man's really putting in some good work. So I appreciate everything you do, and you deserve what you got, man.
Hey, Coach, that was 6 years ago.
Oh,
I didn't even seen that long
that's when I
ago.
made the first pair of sandals.
Yeah, that didn't even seem that long ago, but it was, yeah.
Woo!
Oh,
and he
man.
put the Velcro straps on them, Colt.
Yeah, I was invented Velcro, yeah. I was like,
Yo,
hey,
listen, chat.
Black, come try these on.
Yo, listen, it's been absolutely amazing, Colt. Once again, you've been an awesome guest, and it was fantastic to hear your gaming history, man. I appreciate everybody that pulled up. We'll be back next Saturday. Super G had to step away. He texted me. Listen, man, as we always do, and I always say, bring your game and definitely not your name. We hit y'all in the next one. See y'all next week. Peace out, everybody. Have a safe and enjoy your weekend. Fast.